so good work today. You know, it was a little bit hard, but in the final we changed the setup and it's gone. So I'm really happy, you know. And of course, thank you very much to the crew, to the fans, my sponsors, tuner. So I'm really happy and yes, celebrate today.
It's not like I've dropped out of the top 8 because of my performance. It's due to an injury, quite a severe injury. I'd be surprised if they didn't give me one, but you know that's not my decision to make. So what will be, and like I said, I believe that your life's kind of mapped out for you. And if I'm not meant to be in the GPs next year, then I'm not meant to be in them.
Every Grand Prix is special, but you know, we are in my hometown. It will be very nice to get to the podium, but we need to stay concentrated and that's it. And have fun, because tomorrow we will have amazing night.
You know, this place it's tough. It's so hard to be much quicker than anyone else. So it's really going to be down to racecraft and little things like that. So getting off the start and having, you know, doing the best job we can out there.
Sayfutdinov, please select your number. Emil, select start position number 4. Thank you.
Well, Leon, no qualifying for you. You dug deep in that heat. That was an incredible first heat out there.
Yeah, I know the track out here, and it's a good racing track. Even if you lose the start, you can still manage to pass. It's a little bit on the slick side though, but Maciej came outside me with a good speed, but I managed to find a way through and pass him again. So I'm very happy with the first race, 3 points. So good start of the day, and hopefully we can continue.
Yeah, for sure. Now the track, as you said, slick. You think that's going to suit you going through the night?
I prefer to see a little bit more dirt on it, and I think it will produce a little bit more dirt later on in the night. So, but you know, like I said, overall it's a good racing track, and so I'm quite happy about it.
Okay, keep it up, Leon. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Emil, we did talk about your form a little bit earlier on. That was a great first heat. Are you feeling confident?
I got a good start and just to build the speed around the middle of the track. So I'm really happy to winning this heat, and it's very, very important for me. But we still focus it and we just find some better speed. And I think now we changed a little bit the setup. So hopefully next heat will be much better.
Okay, talk to me about the track. You took the outside route mainly. You think that's going to work all night?
It's outside the middle track. It was a little bit, I think, for me, it's for my setup. It was better. I can build speed there, and also, its inside it was so slick and slippery a little bit. So, yeah. So I think next hit will be much better.
All right, thanks, Emil.
Thank you.
He's been in the wilderness a little bit because he disappeared away from the Grand Prix, and he's back and didn't really put up any trees in the last couple of seasons, but in recent weeks, in the last couple of months in particular, he has been at his inspired best. We've got the track grading going on, we've got a little bit of water going down. I do hope that doesn't make it too greasy because it is a slick surface, and the track is now in shade, so it shouldn't need too much of that. But the first 4 races were very exciting, and we've got a hell of a heat number 5, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yep, Janis Kowodze, who was involved in that real ding-dong. He is now ready to speak to Kiri.
Janis, that was a tough first heat out there, a real battle for you.
Yeah, this is good hit for me because I have 3 points, and my start is not so good, but I try and in the outside go to good line, and I'm finished to first, and I am happy now. We'll see what happens in next hits.
All right, yeah, indeed. Let's see what happens. But the fans absolutely loving you being out there.
Yeah, thank you very much. I am happy for this because it's many Polish fans, and yeah, good for us, for the Poland.
All right, thanks, Janis.
Thank you.
Yeah, good stuff from Janis Kowodze.
Good ride.
Terrific opening ride, yeah.
Yeah, because Smarslik is not an easy man to beat, and he rode nicely.
Understatement.
No, it's true, very true. He is a very difficult man to beat, and Kowodze did very nicely. As I said, we've got quite a spectacular heat number 5, which quite easily could be a final. We've got Janowski on gate 1, Dudek on gate 2, Woofenden gate 3, Smarslik gate 4. That is a tough race for anybody. We're going to be having a significant amount of water has gone down on the outside. I do hope that doesn't make it too greasy because it's slick out there, and as I say, the sun has actually gone down now.
Yes, well, we'll see if the racing in Heat 5 matches what we've seen in the opening 4 heats tonight. It's been terrific stuff so far. Janowski, Dudek, Woofenden, Smarslik all ready to get out there. Woofenden, of course, who missed 2 months of racing, and yesterday was the first time he'd been back on a bike. Having a bit of a laugh and a joke with the other riders there. Maybe that wouldn't be the case if he was in the world title hunt.
Possibly not, but Ty is quite a remarkable man. He remains extremely calm, and I think that's one of his main strengths, that he has this mindset where he can actually just, you know, alleviate all pressure away from him by remaining very calm. And of course, in recent times, since 2013, he really has been a dominant rider at this level, and that's no easy feat to do, to remain so good for so long. Plenty of going down. That's done now, and riders will be ushered out onto the track very shortly. Yes, they're being pushed off immediately. And as I say, heat number 5 is quite a tasty lineup. Could be a very nice race to win this. You could quite a feather in your cap if you can pick up 3 points here.
Just a little bit, yeah. A lineup like this, it's hard to predict as well. So tough to predict a race winner here. Particularly after a grading break as well. Yeah, we're straight out after heat 4.
You can see the water glistening on the surface. That will have an impact. We saw that in qualifying yesterday, where it just tended to make it a little bit greasy. But there's a lot of second places here, in actual fact, from the opening races. I think, from memory, I think they all came second in their opening races. So very consistent. But somebody's going to win it this time, that's for sure. That's going to change very shortly.
Yes, riders up the tapes to Wroclaw riders. Matt Sajanovski off 1 and Ty Wolfenden off 3. 2 riders who've ridden this track a lot. Patrick Dudek off 2. Bartosz Marslik off 4. A couple of Polish riders, of course. Should be a belter. Let's hope it is. Heat number 5. Heat number 5 it is. Can it live up to the opening 4 heats that we've seen, where it was superb speedway? Matt Sajanovski off the inside in red, Patrick Dudek gate 2 in blue, Ty Wolfenden gate 3 in white, and then Bartosz Marslik going off the outside in yellow. We've had the track grading, some water has gone down. Let's see how the boys perform in heat number 5.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. A fabulous lineup. This is a race you'd be proud to win, that's for sure. Real feather in your cap. If you can pick up 3 points here, that'll really boost your confidence. All had a second place first time out, so they're in the Grand Prix. 1 or 2 tweaks to the equipment, I'm sure. But pride on the line here at this early stage. These boys know each other inside out. Top quality heat number 5.
Yes, this is the top table of World Speedway right here. Heat number 5. Almost ready to go. Christian Arnell with his finger on the button. Green light on and they're away. And who is going to get there? Schmarslik across from the outside, and now he's going to try to switch up the inside on Janowski, but Janowski's got the line. Janowski's holding the line nicely. Schmarslik second, Wolfenden third, but Dudek's threatening Wolfenden as well. The lead is with Matt Sajanovski, who holds that lead. Second place, Schmarslik, who's going to try the outside run. Wolfenden is third right now, and Wolfenden's closing the gap on Schmarslik as well. Dudek in the back, good stuff here.
Indeed it is. Schmarslik beginning to wind it on. Janowski right round the inside, just a little bit greasy after the grading break. Riders searching for grease. Schmarslik now roars round the outside, makes the move, just fires himself to the front. Wolfenden's now going to chase on as well. Can he get the better of his teammate in second place? But Schmarslik on another planet coming out of turn 4. Then he sweeps it back across the opposition. Superb stuff from Schmarslik out in front.
Yeah, he's hanging off the bike, absolutely flying here. Brilliant, Bartosz Schmarslik with a spectacular ride and a wonderful, wonderful victory. Janowski shakes his head as he goes over the line. He's disappointed with that, but I'll tell you what, in that situation, you just have to put your hands up sometimes and say, perhaps Bartosz Schmarslik was unstoppable there. That was a stunning ride from the pole. Bartosz Schmarslik very much in world title contention again this year.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. Bartosz Schmarslik the winner. Matt Sajanovski was in second place there. Ty Wolfenden held on to third under pressure from Dudek. But what a ride from Schmarslik, and he moves on to 5 points from 2 rides. Great stuff.
Well, that's a brilliant ride from Schmarslik and a great race to win. I don't think the boys were particularly comfortable out there. It looked a little greasy with the surface water, but there's no doubt that the racing will improve the more races we get. But I think that's why Janowski was a touch disappointed and frustrated here. He makes a good fist of it initially, covers the moves from Smarslik, but Smarslik is brave here. He elects to go for the big run round the outside, seeing Woofenham just blocking the move from Dudek early on, but Smarslik is forced to go wide. It pays dividends. He sweeps across the front of Janowski, who is then not quite able to get back to the front, and that's the second time that Janowski's hit the front and been passed, so they'll be scratching their heads a wee bit back in the pit box. But for Smarslik, 5 points out of 6, a terrific start to his Grand Prix, quite clearly fired up for tonight, and we saw him in the Italian earlier today, so that pizza quite clearly was the right lunch for him.
I think he might have been on pasta or salad, Cal.
Well, I don't know, I reckon it was pizza myself. They were very tasty, by the way, anyway.
Heat number 6. Brilliant, yeah, and another superb lineup. Every race is a great lineup, and it has to be said that that race number 5 was fantastic. There's been passing in all 5 races tonight.
Super.
It's been that good. It's not even taken time to warm up. It's just been absolutely stunning from the start. Jason Doyle off the inside, from Australia, of course, and no rider has got a point on the board here.
Work to be done.
Doesn't happen very often. Frick going off gate number 2 in blue. Then it's Mate Zegar off gate 3, and Antonio Lindback off the outside. As Kelvin mentioned earlier, some of the boys were in extra Liga action last night. It was a busy night with 4 teams in action last night in the extra Liga. It's a couple of riders, or a few riders missing qualification last night.
Seven in total.
Absolutely. Here we go. Into number 6, and it's a good start from Doyle off the inside gate.
Oh! Zegar had a shame. Zegar's got to go for that.
I think he'll have to go for that.
He'll have to go for that.
He lost control of the bike.
He did indeed. Antonio Lindback had no chance whatsoever. Zegar just straightened up, and we keep our fingers crossed that Antonio's okay.
Zegar's coming straight round to see that he's all right. Nothing intended there whatsoever.
No, it just
he lost control of the bike.
That's a little unusual because it is very slick out there, but he just got caught out and the bike straightened up.
Yeah, Mate going straight across to see that Antonio is okay, because that was a pure accident, absolute pure accident. Wasn't even a racing situation.
No, and there's limited amount of grip out there, so when you hit the surface, you're just going to rush across it. There's nothing to slow you down.
He's up.
And Zegar's... yes, he's sort of on his haunches, so let's keep our fingers crossed that he's okay.
Well, he hit the air fence. I mean, I know it's an air fence, Cal, but
just at the gate,
still an awkward off,
yeah. It is an awkward place to hit the gate, and he slid underneath it, so let's hope he didn't hit anything nasty behind it. Helmet's off. Looks like he's just taking a few moments. I think...
a few deep breaths, I think, Cal.
Well, yeah, don't blame him. Here we go. We'll see it again. Tapes are up, and keep your eyes on Zegar. Zegar allows the bike to run deep into the corner. It straightens up just a fraction and just nails Antonio on the outside. He'll go for that.
Pure accident. And the white exclusion light is on, so it'll be 3 riders on. Oh, well, one of those unfortunate situations in Speedway that does happen occasionally.
It's a shame for Zegar, because he needs every world champion point, every point he can get. And Lindback is also having a hard time. You can see how hard he hits there, just bursts the gate open. So he felt the full force of that. And as I say, because the track's slick and the bike straightens up, as the bike goes down there's nothing to slow it down. And as I say, he accelerates across the surface, and that makes it really quite dramatic. There, the back tyre just digging in, and boom. Thank God for air fences, because I can tell you, when I was here, there wasn't one.
Yes.
And it hurt when he hit it. But he's okay, and that's good news, and they'll just get themselves organised. He's at the far end. The pits are at the opposite end to the first corner, so it'll be a few moments before Phil Morris instructs the referee to put the 2 minutes back on. Zegar, of course, will be disappointed. Bike just got away from him. And now he's going to be no points from 2 outings, Zegar, so he's under pressure. He's going to have to produce some big rides in his next 3 outings to make the semi-finals.
Yes, very unfortunate, but there's a round of applause for Antonio as he makes his way back to the pits area. He'll be hoping that his mechanics, his pit crew, will be able to get the bike ready and raring to go for heat number 6, the restart. Mate just talking to Phil Morris, the race director.
I don't think he's going to get a warning because it wasn't a movement on the start, was it? It was just the first corner incident. Antonio Lindback, actually one of the very few riders that rode here in 2007. We've had a 12-year break between Wroclaw Grand Prix, and he did ride here in 07.
Yes, and 12 years since then, and yet the redevelopment of the stadium here a couple of years ago is magnificent. No major surprise that we're back here. Right, Mate Zyzel, we can hear from him now after that incident. He's with Kiri.
Matty, such an unfortunate incident in that heat. You went straight over to Antonio to see if he's okay, but can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, no, I'm really glad Antonio was okay, because I was just caught up with, I don't know, some little rut there or patch of a bit more dirt, because I was leaning really back on the bike to gain speed. But of course, I couldn't pull it back no more, and unfortunately, I really crashed into Antonio, so he had nowhere to go, so I'm glad he's okay.
Okay, and I just saw you talking to Philip. What was that about?
Yeah, because I only heard, I got some warning, but yeah, that was a mistake, so okay.
Okay, tell me, was there just no grip out there on the track?
No, there is grip. Obviously, I found some, so yeah, no, it's not funny, but as I said, Antonio's good. I got excluded, fair enough. 3 heats to go, so gotta get better.
All right, thanks, Matty.
Well, Phil Morris, obviously in conversation with Mate Zyzel, they're just explaining to him that he doesn't have a warning because it wasn't actually an infringement or movement on the start line. So it's just a straight exclusion, so he's not carrying a warning first. Of course, Phil Morris now will be just keeping an eye on the riders, preparing themselves, particularly this man for the rerun. He will signal, he will relay to the referee. We're seeing it again, of course. Just catches a little bit of unexpected grip here, going from a slick surface to a slightly grippier one. And with the bike set up, sort of dialed in for maximum drive, it's just got away from him because, as he explained, he's leaning back. He's looking to try and get the bike to drive, and he just gets a little too much of it. And then he can do nothing about that but run in the side of Antonio Lindback. So, yeah, it's going from the slick surface and then suddenly the tyre grabbing something, and then the bike just gets away from him, and that's an unfortunate one. And the problem is for Zyzel, is because he hasn't scored. He's had 2 outings now, and his Grand Prix woes continue. He's on a wild card. He's on a permanent wild card for this year. And you just asked the question, if Zyzel doesn't make the top 8 this year, will that happen again? Because he is languishing well outside at the moment.
He's only 5 points behind, but there's still a lot of riders ahead of him in the race for the top 8, and we will reach the halfway stage of the series this evening.
Exactly, Nigel, you're right, but the problem is you can ill afford to be throwing opportunities away, and it's so competitive. You can see there, Janowski down there on 28 as well, freaking 12th. Of course, Zyzel is outside the top 12, so it's very tight. A big performance somewhere will shoot him up the table, but he needs to really just refocus for the remainder of the evening.
Yeah, Matty just saying there, he thought he either hit a run or perhaps it was a little bit of drive, a little bit of
I've got an idea
grip.
what it was, because when I did the track report yesterday, there's a distinct difference between the outside and the inside, and he was right on the edge of it where they really ripped it up, and it's quite ripply, and the tyre grabbed hold of him there, and just the bike got away from him.
So there you are, a little bit of drama for heat number 6. We've seen plenty of drama in terms of passing and racing, and then thankfully Antonio here in the yellow helmet colour is okay to come back and take his place in the restart of heat number 6 here of the Betard Wroclaw FIM Speedway Grand Prix of Poland here in this Olympic Stadium with a full house here, enjoying the conditions, a warm evening here. And here we go with the restart of race number 6. Doyle away from the inside gate in red makes a good one. Now coming around the outside is Antonio Lindback in the drive. Will Doyle leave some room? Yes, he will around the outside. Lindback now freak up the inside. Really pushing Doyle hard. But Antonio Lindback just a few moments ago was in that air fence at high speed. Now he's got the lead here, and that outside run seems to be working nicely at passing around the rider on the inside. And Doyle under pressure from Frick now here.
Doyle having to work very hard in second place. Home rider Frick beginning to work things out. Antonio he is certainly utilising the second chance, and he's going to win comfortably, barring any issues with his equipment. He's out front, looking good. Doyle has just about kept Frick at bay, and Frick, all these guys will score points for the first time this evening, but for Antonio Lindback, this is a smashing way to bounce back from a nasty incident.
Yeah, Antonio Lindback going to take the checkered flag here, and down to the line, Doyle holds out for second spot there, ahead of Max Frick in third in blue. But that was a fine ride. Lindback doing all his hard work early on, going out into the dirt, the drive, and sweeping around the outside. And particularly on that first and second turn, Kel, that seems to be the way to go.
Well, where we've had that delay, the water's just evaporated a little bit, and just a nice little cushion of dirt out there, slicker than yesterday, but there's no doubt that he was able to utilise it, and he roared away and picked up a very handy 3 points.
Yes, Lindback then the race winner. Heat number 6, Lindback the winner with Jason Doyle in second spot. Max Frick was third. Mate Zegar disqualified, of course, but that's a fine win for Antonio Lindback. Needed that.
He did, and it was a good time as well, Nige.
Yes, and he moves well and truly up the standings. Remember, the top 8, if you are new to individual Grand Prix Speedway, you need to get into the top 8 on the night to reach the semi-finals.
Yeah, what you were talking about, this mid-track move just allows it to sweep round there. A little bit drier surface, and all of a sudden the bike hooks up and fires himself to the front. Doyle has to work hard here because Frick was all over him. And there's no doubt that the two Aussie boys really put on quite a battle for second and third, but the former world champion just about hanging on, not looking totally convincing. They need to work harder to try and find a bit more speed. But the spare bike here for Antonio, forced to take it because the first one was bent out of shape. He's actually quite pleased about it.
Yes, well done that man. Terrific effort from Antonio. 3 points.
Quite a tough way to do it, Mike.
Yeah, very much so. Had to pick himself up and dust himself down after that unfortunate incident. We're up to heat number 7 now. We have a couple of race winners, Leon Madsen and Maxim Drabik, ready to do battle here in this one, heat number 7, as we look across the grid. Артем Лагута inside gate. A little bit inconsistent in the World Championship outside the top 8 right now. Leon Madsen goes off gate 2 in blue in the hunt for the world title. Maxim Drabik goes off gate 3 in white, the wild card tonight. Winner first time out, very impressively done.
Yes.
Funny Lindgren off the outside in yellow.
Yeah, and Drabik prior to the qualifying for real was the fastest rider on show. And he was impressive in his opening ride. Here we go, this could be quite a clash here.
Yeah, heat number 7 it is. Madsen hasn't made the best of starts. Лагута has got there. Watch out for Lindgren in yellow. Lindgren comes high and wide around the outside. Has he got the drive? Лагута just holding on to the lead right now. Now Lindgren again in turns 3 and 4, tries the outside run. Here he comes on the home straight, and he's going to get there. What a move from Freddie Lindgren. Superb stuff. And now Madsen taking up the challenge, chasing hard after Лагуta. And it's Drabik at the back. Watch out for Madsen in blue now. Here he comes, really piling the pressure on the man in red, Артем Лагута. Some great speedway again here. The inside run now.
Oh, Madsen switches at the last second, fires himself into second place. Don't rule Madsen out for the win. He's going to run it up round the outside, right up against the fence. Charges out of turn 4. Freddie Lindgren is definitely vulnerable in the front. Madsen again showing fabulous speed round turns 1 and 2. Down the back straight for the last toe. He hits the front. Brilliant stuff.
Sensational speedway from Leon Madsen from 3rd to 1st. Didn't make the best of starts, but has carved up the race. Stunning swoop from Leon Madsen in blue. What a great speedway race that was. Leon Madsen is at it again.
What a ride. Looked like for all that he was having no chance. Fast time again, 64.9 seconds. He is on fire tonight. Really entertaining everybody here, coming through the traffic. Lindgren tried all he had there, threw everything at it, but Madsen had the answers. Here we see it again. What a race. Brilliant stuff. Initially Лагута from the inside. This is the good stuff, Nige. We had a wonderful British final at the beginning of the week, and crikey, the Grand Prix is every bit as good so far. Лагута initially on the inside, Lindgren then utilising that little bit more grip on the outside, swoops to the front, but Madsen, who missed the start, just settles into the race nicely, feels the bike working, moves to the outside, and now begins to strut his stuff. This is a crafty move from the Dane. Just that split-second decision to sweep up the inside, then the bike digging in, and then the speed he's generating out in the dirt here. Well, it's breathtaking, and Madsen once again proving to be a really strong force in the Grand Prix. And rides like this is championship winning form.
Could we see another Danish world champion after the proud pedigree of the Danes on the top step of the podium? Could Madsen join that illustrious list of Danish world champions? Madsen the winner, Lindgren second, Лагута was third, and Maxim Drabik at the back that time. 7 races gone here. This is a terrific Grand Prix, and Leon Madsen has won 2 out of 2 and leads the World Championship by 3 points now over Emil Sayfutdinov. But of course, Emil has a race in hand. Terrific ride. Leon Madsen. Now we're up to heat number 8. After this race, every rider will have completed 2 outings. It really is a terrific night of Speedway. Crowd loving it. It's a packed house. Emil Sayfutdinov going off the inside in red. Niels Christian Iversen goes off gate number 2. Then it's Janis Kowalczyk, gate 3 in white, a winner first time out. And Martin Vacilik off the outside.
Yeah, another smashing lineup. Track's really coming to the riders there. You can see it. They're able to ride on that cushion of a little bit of dirt on the outside, and Madsen used it brilliantly. Sayfutdinov this time going from the gate 4 in his first ride. He gets the inside gate this time. Kowalczyk could be a danger. He was impressive first time.
Yeah, very wicked thing. Watch out for that outside run. Turns 1 and 2. Sayfutdinov's made the start. Now he's going to go wide. Will he block the challenge of the man in yellow and the man in blue? And charging through that man in yellow is Martin Vacilik. And Emil Sayfutdinov is in second spot right now. It's Niels Christian Iversen in third. Watch out for Kowalczyk though. Kowalczyk in white switches on the inside. What a move from Kowalczyk. Now Sayfutdinov's coming back for more on the inside. What a meeting we've got on our hands here.
Have we ever? Martin Vacilik sharp away from the start. Sensational move from Kowalczyk. And Sayfutdinov could do nothing about it. Got to say, this is a big improvement from Vacilik, who was disappointing first time, and Sayfutdinov is tailed off at the back with Iversen beginning to put him under pressure. But Martin Vacilik enjoying a great season, out in front, a lap to go. Kowalczyk working hard in second place, but you've got to say that Vacilik has got a great lead on here.
Sayfutdinov really working hard to block the challenge of Iversen at the back of the race here, but that's a terrific ride from Martin Vacilik in yellow. Brilliant. Second place, Janis Kowalczyk, and third, Emil Sayfutdinov. What a race!
What a move that was!
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That split-second decision that he knew that there wasn't going to be the opportunity to go wide. Shot to the inside. Again, 64.7. The track is coming to the riders, drying through that block of races, and all of a sudden the boys could really strut their stuff. Yeah. Great ride from Vacilik.
Very intelligent ride, I thought, there from Martin. You have to think really quickly, using your Speedway racer's brain, of course. And that was fantastic. And here we see Madsen now leading the way on 6 points from 2 rides. We've had 8 races, top 8 make the semi-finals.
Well, this is what Grand Prix Speedway is all about. We have had 8 races and we've been royally entertained so far. We see the action again in heat number 8. Sayfutdinov initially nicely, but finds himself just in the meat of the sandwich there. And Martin Vacilik makes his move early, gets that nice run round the outside. Kowalczyk then following through, and actually the grip on the outside coming off turn 4 is good. And then that terrific switch to the inside to beat the Russian into second place. You can't quite get to Vacilik because, as my colleague said, it was a very intelligent ride from him out in front. It was required, much needed, because he looked a little bit off the pace in his opening ride. But yeah, very good racing indeed, and we've been really quite exciting stuff so far.
Oh, it's a terrific Speedway meeting, there's no doubt about that. Let's hear from Ty Woffenden on his return to action. He's now with Kiri Blore.
Ty, some good points picked up there, 3 points after 2 heats. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel all right. just chasing a setup. It's a lot slicker than it normally is here in the league. I was out after the grading after that one, so just spun off the start. But I was just so good to be back on the bike, and you know, enjoyed my first race, enjoyed my second one, and just chasing a little bit of a better setup so we can have a bit more speed. But you can definitely tell I've had 2 months off the bike. You know, just not quite there with the boys that have been racing week on week. So yeah, we'll just take our time.
Well, there's some good battles out there. Outside line seems to be working well. Is that what you've seen?
Yeah, that's pretty normal for here. So I tried it a couple of times and didn't really have the setup to get the thing to go. So made a couple of changes, and we're just cruising tonight. It's a good night.
All right, thanks, Ty.
Thank you.
If he gets the setup, don't rule him out. He's got 3 points. That's a reasonable base to work from, and he's got 3 heats to come, so a possible 9 more points. And Woofenden, he'll want to make the semi-finals at the very least. He's a winner, and he will have that mentality, whatever the story is. Beautiful evening as the sun sets over the skyline of Wroclaw. Lovely city. It's had a checkered past. I tell you what, it's seen some action, this place, that's for sure.
And we can hear from Max Frick, who is, of course, a Wroclaw rider, and he is with Kiri.
Max, now I've just talked to Ty. He said the track's very different to what it normally is out there. How are you finding it?
Yeah, it is. It's a lot different to our normal league stuff. So at the minute, we're kind of chasing our tail, trying to get something to work, because at the minute it hasn't really gone our way, that's for sure, at the start. So just trying to change a few things, change the bike, and trying to get it to kind of suit the conditions today. So yeah, we'll see.
Are you finding the track a lot slicker than normal?
Excuse me?
Are you finding the track a lot slicker than normal?
Yeah, the track today is a lot slicker than what we normally have. So just trying to get the bike to go forward on that slippery stuff. It's tough. So we'll see how we go for the next couple.
All right, thanks, Max.
Thank you.
I tell you what, I've been in his situation when I did the World Final here. I actually rode for the club, and we had always tons of grip for the league matches, and the World Final was rock hard. And it is then difficult because it throws you. Your normal thought process goes out the window, and you can find yourself in a little bit of a whirl mentally. And I sense that the team there in his pit corner may well have to roll the dice a little bit with their setup. Madsen, well, they might want to go and have a word with him, because he's certainly got it, and he's generating a lot of pace out there. But I just fancy the way he rides and his experience in the extra league of these days. These sort of conditions are right up his street, and he's going to be a major danger for the rest of the field tonight.
Yes, very much so. Madsen, 2 rides, 2 wins, not just from the start. It's been brilliant here. The clock tower on the back straight here in the Olympic Stadium, the towering floodlight pylons. Let's hear from Niels Christian Iversen now with Kiri.
Niels, a tough couple of heats there. Just saw you chatting to your mechanics. Are you talking about setup?
Yeah, we're just talking about what we can do to gain that bit of extra speed. It's really slick out there. It's quite tricky. So yeah, you need the bike to be on point, otherwise you can forget it. But yeah, we keep working.
Okay, just having a look at those gates. Have you seen anyone working better than another?
Yeah, it looks like gate 4 is alright. But again, it's really slick on the gate. You know, I had gate 2 this time, and it's like concrete out there. But yeah, the same for everyone, so we just got to make it work.
All right, thanks, Neil.
Thanks.
Well, he's keeping his chin up, that's for sure. He needs to, because he's got 3 more opportunities, and there's no doubt that he'll be trying really hard with his crew to effectively find the balance between power and grip. That's what it's all about. Too much grip, you see what happens with Zagar. Not enough, you just don't generate the speed. We've got more water going on, which is I'm never quite sure it's necessary, but we'll see. But boys are just gently getting themselves ready. Артем Лагута needs to up his game, I think, because he's won the Speedway of Nations recently, but he's not quite doing it in the Grand Prix. He's not out of it. He's on 29 World Championship points. He's in 10th. But not quite as convincing as he was last year, actually.
No, I thought he may have done a bit better than this, to be honest. He is only 4 adrift of the top 8, and we're only at round 5, but I thought he'd be the type of rider, Лагута, who'd be comfortably in the top 8.
Yes, I agree with that. He's shown signs certainly at the beginning of last season, that he was really going to push for plenty of Grand Prix wins. So that hasn't been the case this year, and it's a tough game. You only have to be marginally off your best, and points become very difficult to come by. But he is the real deal. He's a very well prepared, and he's got a great professional setup. You see Krzysztof Cegielski there on the right, who was a terrific rider prior to his bad accident. But he now manages Janusz Kolodje amongst one or two others, actually. He's quite a powerful man behind the scenes these days, Krzysztof. And they're pleased with Kolodje. Certainly winning the Polish Championship is a big feather in their cap. And he's riding well. And of course, Kolodje now on 34 World Championship points, up into the top 8. Well, you can't really argue with that back in the series. He's doing a decent job.
Yeah, 34 points it is. He was outside of the top 8 at the start of tonight. Kolodje, but 5 points out of 6 tonight, and done a good job. Janowski and Smarslik in the pits, comparing notes. And, well, there seems to be healthy respect for each other in the pit lane tonight. And we're about ready for heat number 9 very shortly, once the water Bowser has finished. I think one more lap of the water Bowser and we'll just be about ready for heat number 9 and the next set of 4 races.
Yeah, we've got Dudek and Vasilik here. Vasilik vastly improved last time. Dudek was just shut out of it. And Martin Vasilik, a rider that's enjoying a really good season, a strong season. And he's healthy this year. He had a badly broken ankle last year, and that really did put pay to a lot of his confidence. And as a consequence, he actually ended up getting an invite back. This race is going to be greasy. There's no doubt about it. I'm sorry to go on about it, but he's putting a lot of water on it. It's going to be very greasy, and I'll tell you what, riders are going to be struggling to find. I'll tell you what, they're going to be slightly confused where's the best place to ride, because it's not easy to find. And when we're getting interviews with riders saying how slick it is, water on top of a slick surface makes it very greasy.
Well, still going round the water Bowser. And yeah, we've heard the comments of the riders as well. Plenty of water going down. It's not just a lap. It's covering all areas of the track, the water Bowser here, which is causing plenty of discussion. We build up to heat number 9. He's going to go around and do another lap by the looks of it. So there we are. And yeah, round 5 of the World Speedway Championship here in the Olympic Stadium in Wroclaw. Riders watching intently. The riders do study the track grading and the watering, and it does make it tough, doesn't it? I guess, Kel, I've never been a rider, of course, but when you have to go out immediately after a grading break.
It does indeed, because you just don't know whether your bike setup's right. You may have won your previous race, and then conditions are very, very different this time. And in truth, it can be a bit of a lottery coming out for your next ride, because as we saw, when we had that delay with the crash with Limbach, the track actually, as a consequence of that, dried a wee bit, and the racing improved. You could see the race times came down dramatically. Here we see Antonio Limbach, an impressive race winner last time, but he went from gate 4 that time. He's on the inside this time.
Yep, so heat number 9 it is. As we build up to the action, Dudek doing a practice start. And the riders just making their preparations for this first race after the grading break. Heat number 9 it is, of what has been a superb Grand Prix so far. We are 8 races in, and heat number 9 is coming up very shortly as the riders make their final preparations for the next set of 4 heats here in Wroclaw. Heat 9 it is. Antonio Limbach going off the inside gate. 3 points to his name. That race win after the exclusion, of course, of Segar. Martin Vasilik, very impressive last time out. He goes off gate 2, 4 points to his name. Patrick Dudek goes off gate number 3 in white. And Артем Лагута off the outside. Dudek on 49 World Championship points. He's 4 behind Madsen now. Leon Madsen 53 points. Emilь Sayfutdinov 51. Bartosz Smarslik and Patrick Dudek, level on 49 points apiece, as you can see from your graphic on the screen.
It's very interesting. Dudek wasn't here yesterday, but he got drawn for the first #1 pick. And of course, he will get the track freshly prepared after its break. So again, we've had a bit of water go down. It is glistening on the surface, so that's not easy for bike setup, and he's going to encounter that every time he comes out tonight, 5 times. So let's wait and see how he gets on here. Needs points though.
Yeah, one thing we do know that is working is that outside run. Here we go. It's a superstar from Martin Vašilik, but Lindback has got there, and now here's Dudek trying the inside run. Watch out for Лагута in yellow now. Oh, there's no room there, and Lindback just closes the door. That was a tough move as Lindback just preserved his advantage there. Needed to do that. Лагуta all over him here. Vašilik third now with Dudek in the back, and that's a blow to Patrick Dudek, but Lindback just about holding on.
Yeah, Antonio Lindback. Well, this is super stuff from him. He's backing up that previous win. They're running really wide there. Dudek certainly finding it difficult to get a good setup. He's tailed off at the back, and this is a very disappointing evening for the pole. But out in front, Antonio Lindback has had a disappointing campaign so far. Certainly looking much better here. Looks like he's going to have back-to-back heat wins. And Артем Лагута chasing him down. Boys chasing the dirt much wider this time. Antonio Lindback, he's got it.
Yeah, Lindback's on his way to a second successive race victory here. Closed the door on Лагуta down the back straight. Needed to do that. Vašilik third and Patrick Dudek well adrift at the back, looking pretty disillusioned there in the white helmet colour, and this could be a defining night for Dudek. He cannot afford to let Madsen pull too clear in the world title race. But what about that fella,
wow.
Antonio Lindback?
Superb stuff. Hit the deck hard when Zagar swiped him, and he's picked himself up, changed his bike, and he's picked up 6 points. Look at that, a second slower on the time, Nige.
Лагуta second, Vašilik third, and Patrick Dudek a second successive last place. And significant point you made about the race time, Kelv.
Yeah, it's just over a second slower than one of the times I saw for Madsen on 64.9 and 65.9. He's chuffed to bits, of course, and he got there from the inside, and fair play to him, because there's no doubt with that greasy surface he was able to just slam that door shut. He just got the momentum enough at that early stage. It throws the bike in front of Артем Лагута, who is a little bit out of shape, with the door being firmly shut down that back straight on the first lap. And as hard as Артем tried, he just could not get the better of the Swedish man, who picks up his second win. Dudek, yeah, well, disappointing run for him. Really has had a hard time. That pick for him, without doing qualifying yesterday, is certainly backfiring. And it's a tough night so far for the pole. For that man, 6 points, that's a really good return.
Tell you what, if Madsen wins this race, Dudek will be 7 adrift in the world title race. It's that type of night which could be a game changer, if you like. Building up to heat 10, here's Woffinden, who's just cruising along tonight, just relaxing, well, not relaxing on a Speedway bike, of course, but no huge pressure for Woffinden. Quite a contingent from the UK have made the journey over here tonight, and a bonus for them to see Woffinden in action. Of course, don't forget the British Grand Prix in Cardiff on September the 21st. Tickets on sale right now for the Principality Stadium, 5 o'clock start, Saturday, September the 21st. Jonas Kowodze going off the inside gate, then it's Woffinden. Leon Madsen unbeaten so far, 2 out of 2, he's off gate 3. And Mate Zagar needs points,
yeah,
but look at the lineup against him off the inside 3 gates.
Doesn't get any easier, does it? It's a tough race, that's for sure. Madsen, who's been in sparkling form, can he do it again?
Heat number 10 it is, that's a great start from Kowodze. Now what can Madsen do? Around the outside, here comes Zagar. Mate Zagar in the yellow helmet colour comes around the outside of Woffinden, and Madsen's got on the inside of Woffinden as well. The Kowodze riding beautifully here. Madsen chops off the front of Mate Zagar. That was ruthless from the Dane. Now Woffinden trying hard to get the better of Zagar, but the lead here is Jonas Kowodze. Now can Madsen do it again?
Well, he'll certainly try. Kowodze having a great night. Woffenden's elected to go right round the inside. Not sure that's going to work out for him. Madsen absolutely inspired on the first lap, desperately trying to make his way towards Kolodze, but Kolodze's going great guns tonight. Madsen running hard and wide in the bottom corner, searching for more grip, searching for more speed into the last lap. Madsen again, high and wide, winding it on, down the back straight for the last turn, closing in, one big car, corner to come.
Here he goes in turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Kolodze's made a really good move there though, held a really clever line. That was intelligent from Kolodze, and the Polish fans celebrate. And that's Leon Madsen's first defeat of the night, but my goodness, he closed the gap dramatically in the closing stages.
Indeed he did, and you've got to give him so much credit because he's not getting away from the tapes at all. Well, he was at the back coming out of the first corner, on the opening lap, and dived into second place. Kolodze though, oh, good ride.
Kolodze the winner with Madsen second. Sagar was third on that occasion, and Ty Woffenden at the back. This is what it means. Kolodze on 8 points, level with Madsen. They're looking good now for a place in the semi-finals with a couple of races to spare.
Yeah, great effort from Kolodze. Certainly these conditions are suiting him down to the ground. The inside gate. He gets away very nicely indeed. That bike really does dig in and go forward. Sagar, I thought for a moment, was going to be able to really make a big move here. Gets the better of the world champion down the back straight.
Yep, superb stuff in heat number 10.
And there we see that move from Leon Madsen, just charging through and grabbing that second place. It's awfully tight.
Oh, Matti Sagar
and
there.
Sagar out of shape. He gets the better of the world champion, who certainly it was hard for him. But Leon Madsen coming on strong at the end, and Kolodze and Madsen certainly. It was a terrific run from him. But for those two, they're working well tonight.
Just a little bit. So we move on to heat number 11 here now. Janis Kolodze, 8 points out of 9. We're probably going to see him in the semi-finals a little bit later tonight. This Smarslik, superb in his last ride. The blue helmet colour here, gate number 2. And Niels Christian Iversen struggling for the setup according to his interview. During the grading break, Iversen off the inside in red. Then it's Bartosz Smarslik, gate 2 in blue, 5 from 2 rides. Freddie Lindgren, gate 3 in white. And then it's Jason Doyle from Australia going off the outside in yellow. Can anybody stop this fella? Smarslik off gate 2.
Well, he's been very impressive so far. And, he's very much in the hunt. Iversen searching for performance. You've got to believe that Smarslik could well be one of him, but there's no doubt the focus of attention is on Smarslik in gate 2.
Yeah, Iversen being brought to the tapes by the star marshal here. Heat number 11. Very tense at the start. Iversen has got there. Now, what about the inside run for Smarslik? Smarslik gets there, closes the door. Oh, he's all over the place and charging up the inside is Doyle. Oh my goodness me, all bunched up. Freddie Lindgren almost wiped them out there. The lead is with Jason Doyle. And then second place, Bartosz Smarslik. The outside run here is Freddie Lindgren. Iversen's in red. Lindgren switches to the inside. Unbelievable speedway here again.
Brilliant stuff. Freddie Lindgren just come charging up the inside. Smarslik now trying to repay the compliment. Pushing on in third place. This time Doyle's got himself to the front and the bike's working well. Right up against the fence down the back straight. Pushing on in front. Freddie Lindgren once again charging hard in second place, and Smarslik has been out-battled here and forced back into third place, and Iversen's woes continue. He's out the back. Doyle down the back straight for the last time.
Well, I did say, can anybody beat Bartosz Smarslik here? 2 of them are going to do that. Jason Doyle, yes, super right from Doyle. Freddie Lindgren in second spot in white, and Bartosz Smarslik third. It's getting tough out there. It's getting ruthless. It's World Championship Speedway. No quarter asked or given. And who is bravest battles most and gets the reward. So Jason Doyle there, his best ride of the night, and a victory in heat number 11 from Freddie Lindgren. Second place. Freddie was getting involved there, wasn't he? And Bartosz Smarslik
shy, that's for sure. Certainly came through into the thick of the action. Smarslik was beaten up, but an encouraging ride from Doyle, and moves on to 5 points.
Yeah, that transforms his evening. 5 points from 3 rides for Doyle. Good ride indeed, as he's got 5 from the last 2 now, Jason Doyle.
They've made a few changes, haven't they? Certainly the slick conditions at the beginning of the evening caught him out, just didn't have the speed. And now all of a sudden, ignition, jetting, gearing, they've been working hard. And it works nicely, gets the better of Smarslick by slipping up the inside. Smarslick all out of shape on the back wheel, rushing across in front of him. Great move from Doyley down the back straight. Charges up the inside. Lindgren does something very similar a little later on as well. He comes roaring through. I tell you what, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
Now, if Smarslick had gone down there,
I think Doyle would have gone. It would have been a contentious one, but Lindgren does something very similar. Have some of that, mate. And I'm coming through, and certainly there was no, as you say, no quarter arsehole given there. And the concentration on Doyley's eyes there, you can see the former world champion winding it on. And he's turned his fortunes around now. That was more like it. He's enjoying it. He had a great Speedway of Nations, and he's looking now as if he's going to make the semis tonight.
Yeah, it was brilliant in Russia, Doyley, and then, of course, Australia got the bronze medal. Terrific achievement, gives us something to build on as we look towards Heat 12 here. Now, Emil Sayfutdinov needs to try and close that gap on Liam Madsen. Madsen leads the World Championship by 4 points right now as we build up to Heat number 12. It's Janowski off the inside in red. Emil Sayfutdinov gate 2 in the blue helmet colour, 4 points so far. Yeah. Max Frick gate 3, and then it's Maxim Drabik going off the outside. 3 Wroclaw riders and Emil Sayfutdinov.
Yeah, who's changed his bike. You can see that by the transponders. He's gone from bike B to bike C, so quite clearly not happy with the setup. They're going to give this one a run. Here we go.
So they're going to race this one. Sayfutdinov has made a decent start from 2. Janowski tries to get there on the inside run here. Now Emil tries the outside as Janowski closes that gap, and round the outside, Emil Sayfutdinov. Watch out for the man in white here, Max Frick. Really having a go now. They're all boxing up. Oh, goodness me. Frick into second. Oh, Frick almost loses it. Janowski now on the inside with his teammate from Wroclaw. The man at the back is the wild card. That's Maxim Drabik. But normal service resumed for Emil Sayfutdinov. But now watch out for Frick again on the inside.
Oh, so tight. Frick and Janowski now down the back straight. Janowski just about getting his nose in front. Just about gets back into second place. Sayfutdinov on this bike, quite clearly the right decision. He's out in front and enjoying a terrific run. Frick's not done, no night. He's coming on again. Oh, no
room there. Now the inside run. Here he comes. Well, Janowski has read the move superbly, blocked the challenge of his teammate. I say teammate in league fixtures here in Poland. It's an individual competition. No, don't wish to confuse our casual viewers, but what a ride from Sayfutdinov.
Well, it was a good ride, and you said it earlier on, Nigel, about a Speedway brain. There's no doubt that Janowski's was engaged there on the back straight because he had it all covered nicely. Frick had the speed, but was able to block the move, Janowski. But Sayfutdinov, the right move at the right time with the equipment.
Yep, Sayfutdinov wins it. That's his second win of the night. Janowski second, Frick third. Drabik, who started well but has found life tough since then. And Sayfutdinov moves on to 7 points. But the leaders tonight, after 12 heats, 3 rides each, Kawadze and Madsen. Quite a lively night, Colt.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it very much, and I think that the majority of this crowd are as well. It's been very entertaining so far. You see this heat again, heat number 12. Certainly it's a lively affair. On the inside initially, Janowski's had a hard time tonight. He's solid with second places, but he keeps getting overtaken. And Sayfutdinov quite clearly on that second bike, or the second choice of bike. It works a treat. That's a great move by Frick there, but he can't hang on to second place. Just gets a little untidy there, and even half a mistake tonight is punished because Janowski's able to get back into second place, and as hard as the Australian tries, he just cannot hang on. There's a royal battle here between the teammates, but Janowski, the more experienced one of them, was able to finally seal the deal with a second place, and Drabik, well, after a great opening gambit in his opening ride, he has failed to score in the next 2. But for Sayfutdinov, that was normal service resumed for him, and he looked mightily impressive.
Yeah, good stuff from Emil. What about Antonio Lindback? He really has been in the thick of the action tonight with crashes or a crash and race wins as well. It's been a busy old night for Antonio, and he's with Kiri.
Antonio, it has been a busy night for you. You had an off. So first off, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm a little bit stiff in my left side, but it's not bad.
Okay, well, it seemed to work for you, picking up 6 points after that. You changed bikes straight after that. Was that then the right setup?
Yeah, we was need to change the bike. I think we had a pretty good setup on the first bike, but yeah, looked like the second bike was working even a little bit better, but I'm happy.
Okay, it seems to be working around the outside out there. How are you finding the track?
No, the track is nice. It's nice dirt on the outside, and you can have pretty nice ride out there. So I hope they keep like that. Then I think it will be a good night.
Thanks, Antonio. Glad you're okay.
Thanks.
Well, it's a good night already.
It is.
Been some good racing, Kel.
There has been some good racing, and long may that continue. I think one or two riders have got it right, and some are still searching for a setup that works. Riders like, I think Wolfenden is probably just a little bit uncertain about which way to move. Niels Christian Iversen, another one. Patrick Dudek, particularly, I think, as a pre-meeting favourite, has had a difficult time of going out in the first race after each track service. There's no doubt that that's proving to be quite a challenge for him. But it is a big Heat 13, actually. Dudek is here with Gate 4, and he needs to pick up a win. But he's up against Kolodze and Doyle, who won their last two outings.
Yeah, Janis Kolodze riding quite beautifully tonight. There he is, the man. Now, Freddie Lindgren involved in a fair old battle last time out. Let's hear from him now with Kiri.
Oh, Freddie, there's a lot of battles out there. How are you finding it?
Yeah, I think every rider is hard to know where to ride. Really, there's a lot of different lines, and if you want to go in the fast lane on outside, you leave yourself vulnerable for someone to dive underneath you. So it's some really good racing, I think, to watch, and but it's hard work to be a rider.
Yeah, I can imagine now just having a look at your points, still collecting some good points there.
Yeah, it's been so. I mean, haven't had a new heat win yet. Really looking to get one, and that's the next aim.
All right, maybe next one. Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you.
Well, he's working hard, isn't he? We saw that last time where he had to be really aggressive to get himself through into second place. Passionate Polish fans loving the atmosphere here. Temperature ideal for racing, and also for watching as well. Not too hot, not too cold, so everybody in short sleeve order. Martin Vacelik's having a good night, that's for sure. He's right in the thick of the action. He is having a pretty good night. 5 points to his name. He's got a gate 1 and a gate 4 to come. And he's on 49 championship points. Madsen, though, and Sayfutdinov, well, they're just beginning to eke away a little bit. And there's work to be done. Dudek going the wrong way now. Can you believe it? In just a few races, Dudek is now 6 points behind the leader, and that is quite a significant gap.
Yes, because when you look at the rest of the series, can you honestly see riders like Madsen and Sayfutdinov dropping points consistently? It's all about consistency to become world champion.
Yeah.
And those boys just look as though they're going to continue and just march on. And I just think this title race is going to be fascinating.
It is, it already is, really, because Madsen's the surprise package, coming in as European champion on the wild card, really has been fabulous and is remarkably consistent. This man, of course, Smarslik, with rounds like Voyans and Tetro and one or two others to come.
Melilla is next.
And Melilla next. It's they do present a slightly different challenge to the riders, so we will see. And of course, at the moment, we are enjoying perfect conditions, so there's a lot of racing to go, but Smarslik certainly got very close to Wolfenden last year with a great push towards the end of the season, and a lot of people's favourite, so you can't write him off. But there's no question that Leon Madsen really so far hasn't put a foot wrong, and that is riding out of his skin, and quite clearly loving every moment of it, and that is refreshing to see. A rider riding so well and a big smile on his face.
Yeah, positivity doesn't give the impression that he has any issues,
no,
any doubts about tracks or setups or anything. Just He's just got a smile on his face, doesn't want to make any excuses or, talk about why this is happening, why that's happening. He just wants to smile and be positive.
He's got a clear head, hasn't he? He hasn't allowed too much sort of jumble to get in there to divert his attention. He's not worried about too much else that's going on. He's fully focused. And I know that if you're enjoying your work, you're generally doing a better job at work. So that appears to be the case with him. And, young and old here alike, it's a terrific crowd. This meeting sold out very quickly indeed. We've got riders actually that live in the area can't get into this meeting tonight. That's how popular and how red hot the tickets were for this particular venue, coming back after the 12-year absence. Wroclaw is well and truly back, and the opening 12 heats have been a wonderful advert for Grand Prix Speedway so far. And we've got plenty more to come. Track grading going on, of course. Water going down again, so we will be back to a slightly awkward track, but Kolodze, who has made light of that so far this evening, he seems to be able to get the bike to work on all conditions that are presented to him. Dudek's the one that's under pressure here, no doubt about that. He will go from gate 4. We'll have to wait and see whether that helps him, but he's had a disappointing night so far for Patrick.
Yeah, very much so, as we prepare for a heat number 13 coming up. Drabik, Kolodze, Doyle and Dudek. Wow, what a lineup.
Super lineup.
Yeah.
And Drabik, who's on the inside gate, and he'll be hoping to try and get amongst the action this time. Hasn't scored in his last 2 outings. A little bit more track grading going on. There he is, the youngster. Rides here, of course. He's a local favourite. His father was a decent rider as well. It's quite a family affair in the pits when they turn up. But Drabik is certainly a lad that is going in the right way, beginning to make big strides in the Extra League. Extra League is very, very competitive indeed.
Yep, and we saw a couple of meetings last night that were broadcast live on television here in Poland.
Slight change to the way they're grading here, Nigel. They're making sure that they grade after the water.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think this chap here in the shorts on the right has had a chat with Phil Morris, the race director, and they're certainly wanting a little bit more grading after the water bowser leaves the track.
Trying to generate dirt, perhaps, Kel?
Yeah, it's too slippery when you don't do it. To be perfectly honest, there's no signs of any dust whatsoever, so as I say, I think they are conscious of the water going down, and it does make it greasy for at least 2 races.
Looks like one more lap for the tractor, and then we'll be on with the Grand Prix, and there'll be heat number 13 when we'll be off and running.
I sense there may be a little bit of a power struggle going on in their pits there with track staff, because Phil Morris, he is the race director, but I sense that the boys on the ground from Poland have decided that they're going to take control of it, because, as I say, that wasn't happening in the first 2 track grades.
Action very shortly, but yeah, this is a definite change, and this is the big track grade. This is the interval, if you like, although there's a natural interval after every race, but every 4 heats there's a natural interval, but quite clearly a little bit more time taken here for the big track grade.
Yes, apparently so, but I do believe that there was a little bit of a reaction after the last time, but here we see riders just having to be a little bit more patient. They're ready. I think this is unexpected, Nigel. I do think this is something added on the back of the original track grading. World Championship points. Doyley's out here. He's in 8th. Needs to keep pushing on. As I say,
lovely ride last time.
Yeah. And a bad ride first time, but 5 points for the next 2 rides. That's much more like it. We've got Smarslick on 50 points. Deep in conversation with his brother there on the right. And maybe he needs a bit more pizza. Just give him a bit more speed.
I'm telling you, it was pasta.
Well, maybe it was some of that linguine. Looked very tasty, whatever it was. But Kolodze Knight, he's having a hell of a night. 37 points, he's in 7th now. He's made a significant move tonight.
Very much so, and it's really good to see a man on form like that. The, shall we say, latter stages of his Speedway career. Still a young man, relatively speaking, but shall we say, a very experienced Speedway rider now, Janis Kowodze, but we're building up to heat number 13. Woofenham watching on. Wild card out here again as well. Heat number 13 on the way next. Here we go then, heat number 13 after the track grade. It's Maxim Drabic who started with a win, but then has been trailed in at the back, the young man. Then it's Janis Kowodze going off gate number 2, Jason Doyle off 3, and Patrick Dudek going off the outside gate. But Kelv, just for the benefit of our British viewers, you noticed something different with track prep there.
Well, there was no doubt there was a conversation in the pits, and they did some extra grading after the water bowser left the track. There is concern about the surface, and I do believe that the poles have actually stepped in there and made sure that some of the material was pulled back over where the watering had gone on, so we'll see how that affects it. Dudek out here has had an awful night so far. Needs to pick up his performance. Certainly hasn't worked for him coming out after every track grade, that's for sure.
Yep, so here we go, heat number 13 it is. Can Doyle back up his stunning ride last time out? Can Kowodze continue his fantastic form here? What can Dudek do off the outside gate? Drabic's made a beauty off the inside. Watch out for Kowodze round the outside, but Drabic's really held a lovely line, and now here comes Dudek on the inside. Dudek trying the inside run! Patrick Dudek in the yellow helmet colour. Now Drabic coming back for more. Dudek will try the outside again, going wide into the dirt here, and now watch out for Kowodze!
Dudek! Just about by the skin of his teeth! Bars himself to the front. 3 abreast, you had to breathe in down the back straight. Superb stuff. All of a sudden, Patrick Dudek had sorted himself out and is flying out in front. Doyle's tailed off at the back. Drabic looks threatening in 3rd place. Kowodze's form continues, but Patrick Dudek, this is more like it from him out in front.
Yeah, and how he needed this, Patrick Dudek. It's a huge race for him. Needs the victory, puts him onto 5 points. And Drabic almost loses it completely down the back straight. But that's more like it from Patrick Dudek in yellow. Janis Kowodze in 2nd spot there. And Maxim Drabic takes 3rd place. Jason Doyle pulled up.
Yeah, it looks like some sort of issue there. Not quite sure what it is. I packed up down the back straight, and that's disappointment for him after 2 solid rides. But
big result for this fella.
Patrick Dudek bounces back big time. A little bit of track grading went on there, and that suited him down to the ground, didn't it?
Yes.
He absolutely exploded into action. He's had a terrible night so far. You can see Doyle just making sure an actual did not finish is worse than a 4th place, so you can understand why he wants to make sure he crosses the line. He does so. And as I say, is it a puncture? Not quite sure. No, it's not. No puncture, so I think possibly mechanical has gone wrong there, but super ride from Dudek.
Yes, and just to clarify there what Kelvin was saying about Doyle finishing the race, that is better than a retirement where you don't complete the race, and that can come into play in a countback situation where necessary. Janis Kowodze now onto 10 points, leading the Grand Prix. Patrick Dudek sneaks into the top 8. He needed that all right. And that's 13 heats gone. That's more like it from Patrick Dudek.
Yeah, remaining calm, but it has been a struggle. And as I say, coming out after the track grading every time, Doyley's hard him in there on the 1st corner. Look at that shot, that is fantastic. And as they go down the back straight, Patrick Dudek then switching to the inside, and it works a treat because he gets the better of Drabic. Comes charging up the inside, look at this, allows the bike to run straight across in front of the opposition, and then hopes, keeps his fingers crossed that he can hold that 1st place. He does so. Kowodze follows him through, and it's 3 poles against the Aussie, and the poles went out 3 abreast down that back straight. That really was fabulous stuff with Kowodze coming through. Drabic rode hard here, picks up a point for the 1st time in 3 outings, moves on to 4, but Papa Dudek a little more happy after the couple of disappointing outings.
Yeah, great stuff. Heat 13, good Speedway. Patrick Dudek with a big win there. 5 points, gives himself a chance of maybe, just maybe, sneaking a semi-final spot with a win in his last ride. We'll see. This is heat 14 now. Riders needing points here. Big race coming up. Zyzel, who's had a real tough night tonight. He goes off the inside gate in red. He's not going to make the semi-final. Zyzel still needs points on his own track. 6 points so far. Niels Christian Iversen of Denmark, 8-3 in white, and Артем Лагута outside in the yellow helmet colour, 4 points to his name. So Janowski off 2, Лагута off 4. They really do need points if they're going to progress through to the semi-finals here in Wroclaw tonight. This is heat number 14. Another big race coming up here. And that's a good start from Janowski off 2. Watch out for Лагута now in the yellow helmet colour around the outside. Down the back straight, Лагуta. He's got past Iversen. Now he's going to dive into that third turn. Janowski needs to take it wide. But Лагуta hanging on and clinging on. Janowski closes the door. No way through. Zyzel there as Лагуta continues to hunt him down. Zyzel is third, Лагуta not giving up, but holding that line is the home rider, born and bred in Wroclaw, Zyzel.
What a ride it was. He's had 3 second places tonight. He's been passed every time he's hit the front. He was determined to block that move from Артем Лагута this time, and so improved. He's down the pit end of the track. He's out in the dirt. They're queuing up behind him. They're into the last lap. Артем Лагута working hard in second place, but this will move Janowski onto 9 points, and surely the semi-final beckons for the homeboy.
Yeah, this is a huge result, and the crowd erupt here. What a ride from Zyzel! Flags being waved everywhere in the air. The Wroclaw fans are delighted with that. Janowski, of course, who was a big favourite of the Pool Pirates and Kingsland and Swindon in the UK. And here he is on home territory. That is a big result for him, Kel.
Huge moment in the evening for the homeboy. Crowd have gone mad. Absolutely delighted with that. He wins his first race on the night, moving sweetly on to 9 points. Janowski super in front.
Yeah, Janowski the winner. Closed that door on Лагута, just as Лагуta looked like he was coming round the outside. Absolutely no way through. Janowski moves on to 9 points now. He'll be in the semi-finals, all right. And that was a terrific ride from a man who does need points to get into the top 8.
Yeah, it hasn't been a great season for him. That injury at the beginning really curtailed his momentum, big style. You see him here, he's out of gate number 2. He gets the better of Zyzel, hugs that inside, and then elects to stay there pretty much and trust the fact that he will have just about enough grip to get the speed down the back straight. Лагуta looked for all the set to go round the outside here, but Janowski pushes hard in this bottom corner, and the Russian just runs out of room here. That was tough, wasn't it? But you've got to be tough tonight, because you hit the front and all of a sudden you can really stamp your third. Oh, he's had to come out of the throttle there. A little bit untidy. Tough Speedway, that's what we want to see. Janowski out in front, determined to have a big say into the outcome of the Grand Prix here this evening. And for the first time, the homeboy wins the race. Clearly pleased. Tough way to do it, mine, but there we go. Pretty solid. 9 points, 1 race to come.
Yeah, just a quick mention, by the way, you mentioned it earlier on the night, Kel, that we were at Manchester on Monday in Bellevue for the British final. It was a great night, terrific Speedway, and a big congratulations to Charles Wright, who's the new British champion. It's a fairy tale story for Charles, and he will be the wild card at Cardiff, riding alongside the likes of Mats Janowski, Patrick Dudek and Leon Madsen on September the 21st. The night of Charles Wright's career, and it's a 5 o'clock start. Tickets on sale right now. Make sure you get there to the Principality Stadium. Right, heat 15 here in Wroclaw. Martin Vašilik off the inside, 5 points, needs points here. So does Freddie Lindgren off 2, Frick on 3. Ty Woffinden off the outside of his comeback meeting here tonight. And now that's a good start from Vašilik. Now, what can Lindgren do as Woffinden tries to come through the field, but charging hard down the back straight is Fricking White. Now Woffinden comes up into third. They're all bunched up here, but this is a terrific ride from Martin Vašilik. Woffinden looking over his shoulder, really challenging hard, tries to block the challenge of Lindgren, but they're all over the place in terms of exchanging and passing. And now Frick at the inside, coming on strong!
Oh, Martin Vašilik just about squeezes him up. Certainly Freddie Lindgren throwing the bike across in front of Woodman, and Woodman now coming back through into third place. Vašilik round the inside, Frick working overtime round the outside, roaring down the back straight. Vasilik just about controlling things. Hell of a scrap for third place as well. Into the last lap, Frick stretching the throttle cable right round the outside. Can he make it work?
Oh, he's gaining ground here. This is one last throw of the dice. He's going to try and kiss the air fence here. He's gone so wide into the dirt. Now the inside switch for Frick, but he's not quite going to get there. That's a clever right from Vasilik. And second place, Max Frick. Third place, Woffenden gets the better of Freddie Lindgren there. Terrific ride from Martin Vasilik again in red.
Brilliant.
Under serious pressure from Max Frick, who knows every inch of this track.
Superstar Martin Vasilik, well, once again riding so well, so intelligently out in front, hanging on because Frick threw the kitchen sink at him.
Just a bit. Vasilik the winner, Frick second, Woffenden was third there, and Freddie Lindgren at the back. That's a blow to Freddie, because now he's outside of the top 8 with only one race to go, and can miss out on the semi-finals this evening. Woffenden won't make it, but of course it's his first meeting in 2 months. I think we can forgive him for that.
Exactly, and it's not really, it's a Grand Prix, so it's quite hard.
It's easy, this Grand Prix business.
Okay, have a chat with him afterwards and see what he says.
No, I'll give that
okay,
this.
Martin Vasilik out in front. Max Frick rides very well in second place here. I thought for a long time that he was going to get to the front, but credit to the Slovakian rider, because Martin Vasilik has ridden a stormer and he's enjoying a good night now, Martin Vasilik. He moves on to 8 points from 4 rides. Couple more points would be handy in his last one. Frick now switching to the inside. I thought for the world he was going to get up the inside of him, but Martin Vasilik shows great composure here, sweeping back across it. Look at this. This is smashing stuff, and just shows you how brave you've got to be a Speedway rider. And on a track like this, it really is breathtaking stuff. Hell of a battle for third, and Woffenden finally gets the better of Lindgren. Oh, have to be quite forceful there.
Meant that, didn't he?
And yeah, I'm coming through. And he steals third place away. But Martin Vasilik, well, yeah, consistent, third win.
Well, it's 8 points. That's the situation.
The 2 wins are handy nights, aren't they?
So this is a big race, heat number 16. Every rider will have completed 4 outings after this one. Bartosz Marslik off the inside in red here, 6 points, needs points here. So does Antonio Lindback off 2. Emil Sayfutdinov bounced back with a win. He's off gate 3. And Leon Madsen, 8 points out of 9. The top 2 riders in the world standings. Madsen on 55 and Sayfutdinov on 54. Right here off gates 3 and 4. Brilliant Bartosz Marslik off the inside as well. Oh! Movement!
Red lights on. Mr. Gardell, the referee, first time he's really been pulled into it. Certainly action there on the start line. Antonio Lindback was moving, but it'll be interesting to see who actually gets the warning here. Might be Sayfutdinov.
I thought it was the outside gate 3, maybe Emil.
Yeah, I thought it
Need
might
to
have
see
been.
it again, Kel,
Yeah,
really.
there's no doubt that Antonio was rolling a little bit.
But Emil was looking across.
Yeah, with Sayfutdinov, isn't it?
Did he touch them? No.
No, not quite. Warning for him.
First one of the night.
It is. And so, yeah, just a little bit nervy on the start line. Hell of a lineup, of course, because Leon Madsen has been outstanding.
And the 2 minutes is on, and Phil Morris will deliver the warning from the referee to Emil Sayfutdinov. I don't think anybody can argue with that. Emil doesn't look happy with it, does he?
Can't believe it.
If he watched the replays, I don't think he'd have any complaints at all.
No, he did jump on the start. And Antonio Lindback did have a little bit of a movement, but
Emil was looking the other way, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's nothing to do with him.
Yeah,
There's no doubt that it was a nervy start, because it's a hell of a race.
Those towering floodlight pylons that have survived the redevelopment here.
They have. They are the original pylons that were here in 1936.
Wow.
When this stadium was built originally to be the sort of backup to the Berlin Olympic Stadium. It was never actually used, but quite handy it was built because Speedway came in.
Those floodlight pylons remind me of my old Subutio floodlights. Do you have Subutio, Cal?
Yeah, I did have a Subutio, but I wasn't any good at it, mind. I just got bored with it and just kicked floodlighting all over the place, I think.
There you go.
There you go.
Beautiful floodlights. I'm in love with them.
Okay. You learn something every day. I really didn't know that about you, Nige, but
I love old-fashioned floodlight pylons. Never mind all these football grounds that have lights in the grandstand roof.
I get the feeling they've had some new bulbs here, though.
I think they might have done since 1936.
Yeah, moved on since then.
I think they have.
Right, this is quite a good lineup.
It is, yeah.
Focus on that.
Yeah, Schmarsling, Lindback, then it's Emil Sayfutdinov, then it's Leon Madsen off the outside in yellow. Here we go. Heat number 16. Emil's got to behave. He's on a warning. And he's been left standing there at the start. Schmarsling has got there. That's a good start from Bartosz Schmarsling. Now, what can Leon Madsen do? Sayfutdinov's in the mix now, charging hard. Coming through. Here comes Emil Sayfutdinov, high and wide into the dirt on that turns 3 and 4 in the white helmet colour. Oh, Madsen just a pound. Avoids Schmarsling. And here comes Emil Sayfutdinov. Here comes Sayfutdinov down the back straight. He's passed one. He's passed two.
Oh, what a move from the Russian rocket. Oh, Schmarsling was ruthless with Madsen there, but that slowed the race down and Sayfutdinov was able to pounce. Brilliant move from the Russian down the back straight. Schmarsling's back in second place. Madsen was beaten up there big time, but certainly Sayfutdinov, what a move.
Well, he didn't make a start at all, Emil Sayfutdinov. I said he was left standing, not quite. But my goodness, he picked one off, he picked another one off, and now he's going to take a big 3 points here and put him onto 10 points. Emil Sayfutdinov, heat number 16, and that was some Speedway race.
Special Speedway there, Speedway out of the top draw from the Russian, down the back straight, the shenanigans between Madsen and Schmarsling just killed their momentum, left the opportunity open, and Sayfutdinov pounced. A stunning move down the back straight from him. Superb stuff from Sayfutdinov once again, riding out of his skin tonight.
Yeah, and he's on to 10 points, and he'll be in the semi-finals. No problem there. Third place to Leon Madsen. Here's the standings after 4 rides each. Now look how tight it is for that 8th spot. Laguta and Lindback just about hanging on there. Sayfutdinov on 10, Madsen on 9, Dudek outside the top 8 right now, and we'll have heat 17 very soon.
Well, I got to catch my breath here a little bit, Nige, because this was quite good. And we'll see it again, as you say. He didn't make a very good start, did he, Emil? He missed it out. He had to sit still, of course. He's got the warning, and he missed out. Schmarsling initially has hit the front here, with Madsen electing to ride on the inside as well. But watch Schmarsling here. He just carves up Madsen there, big time going down the straight. That just slows them up and leaves the door wide open. And here comes Emil roaring off that wide line, and crikey did he generate some speed. He flies to the front. Here he comes. Spectacular move. We saw him do this in the final, of course, in Hulstavik, something very similar indeed, and that sealed the deal that night. He really is on a wonderful run of form. Calm these days. What a lovely fella too. What he is. And could it be his year? He's looking like a champion. It's going to be tough, of course. There's a lot of racing to go, but recent weeks have certainly proved to be very successful for Emil Sayfutdinov.
Yes, terrific stuff. Great racing here at this Olympic Stadium. And 4 rides each have now been completed. And the world title race, Sayfutdinov takes the lead again by a point. I just wonder whether there's going to be 3 or 4 riders going to Torun in October who can all win the world title, Kel.
Well, it could very well happen, Nige, because it's nip and tuck. Dudek, although he hasn't had a great night, he's still very much involved. Schmarsling working hard. Madsen, of course, is there. Bashelik's going along very nicely on 52 World Championship points, so big move from Kolodje. He's nearly on 40. So, yeah, lots of racing to come, but certainly Cardiff certainly could well be a defining moment in this year's campaign, being the penultimate round in September the 21st. Get there if you can. It's a terrific night at Speedway, but we've got a terrific night at Speedway here as well. Very exciting stuff. The track has not been quite what they are normally accustomed to, but I tell you what, it served up some terrific Speedway.
Yeah, the shape of the track though as well, Calv. It's not big banking, is it? It's not hugely banked. We can hear from Bartosz Marslik now, who's been in the thick of the action tonight. He's with Kiri.
Bartosz, so much action out there, but collecting 8 points. Looks like you'll be heading through to the semis.
Yeah, we'll see but 8 points are not so bad the best. I looking for the more points.
Track very hard out there, difficult to...
The track, I think, so perfect for the racing, and I think so good speedway for the people.
All right, thanks, Bartosz.
Thank you.
Well, not making any excuses, but he's searching for a few more points. He's had one race win. He's got the inside gate in his last ride, so he'll be looking to improve on the 8 to secure his place in the semi-finals. Of course, he's desperate to be the winner tonight. A Polish winner here tonight would
that roof would be raised off.
Yeah, it could well be. And we're up very near that, so it could be quite a dodgy moment if a Polish rider wins the final. It's been great stuff, thoroughly enjoying it. 16 races have gone, and it's been terrifically exciting. A packed house, a passionate Polish crowd, delighted to be back here in Wroclaw. This replaces Gorzów, of course, where we used to go for so many years, but Wroclaw is back on the calendar. And so far it's proved to be a good call. Of course, we were here for the first ever staging of the Speedway of Nations, and that proved to be a pretty successful event, but the Grand Prix tonight has been terrific.
Yes, we've got 4 more races to go before we move to the semi-finals and the final. So a grading break right now. And we can hear from Maciej Janowski, who again has had an exciting night tonight, and he is with Kiri.
Magic, well, it's been a very exciting night out there. The fans have been waiting for that heat win, and you just delivered.
Yeah, like I said before, it will be amazing. Yeah, we have beautiful speedway tonight, and yeah, try to collect some points and give my fans best speedway what I can.
They're certainly chanting your name out there. Now the track is proving very exciting. Outside line seems to be working. Is it very different to what you're used to?
Normally we have a little bit different, but the most important is track is good for racing, and we saw some crazy races and nice passes. So I think that's the most important.
Amazing, thanks, Magic.
Thank you.
Well, I think he's very generous in that answer. There's no doubt that conditions are different from what they encounter, but he is right in the second part of the answer that the racing has been red hot. So it's certainly working out. He's in it. He's in the thick of the action. He's on 9 points from 4 outings. So we're going to see more of him for sure. It's been a tough night for this man. And he goes from the inside gate for his last outing. They're keeping an eye on what's going on. Of course they are. It'll be interesting to see if they repeat the same process this time, with the grading going on after the water bowser finishes.
Yes, it's a different way of doing it. And remains to be seen. Max Frick watching on with great interest. He is a Wroclaw rider. And it does appear as though the grader is following the water bowser, just trying to keep a little bit of dirt generated. Phil Morris, the race director, talking to his predecessor, Tony Olsen, who is actually the jury president for the FIM here tonight.
They are indeed, so we'll be deep in conversation about what's going on, but there has been a sea change. I must say I am surprised on how much water goes down in the grading breaks. I am, because there's no sign of any dust, so that's normally when you put water down. But the racing's been good, so you know, you can't complain too much. But I think some riders are quite concerned about it, particularly riders like that man there. I think it's made his life difficult tonight.
Yes, and Dudek with a big win last time out, but he's still just about outside the top 8. This is a big race for Patrick Dudek now.
Huge.
Has to win it, and he's up against Iverson and Leon Madsen, who again has just got a smile on his face. Max Frick, the Wroclaw rider, watching on. They're watching intently, all the riders just watching intently as they look at track grading here.
Yeah, sure Leon everyone's entirely happy with that, but we'll see how he gets on. And, certainly, it's going to be a tough outing for Patrick Dudek. He needs to somehow get out of that first corner and hit the front, because we know how fast Madsen can be. Madsen is on 9 points, and third place last time after a hell of a race from Sayfutdinov. That move down the back straight, the move of the night, and it was quite an exciting move. But Dudek, well, everything to gain here, needs a win, of course. Iversen out as well, he's had a disappointing night. Max Frick, a home rider. As I say, we've got now more people on track, and that is not always the case, because Phil Morris is generally the sole man in charge, and you can clearly see that that isn't the case there. There are representatives from the club there keeping an eye on what's going on.
So, heat number 17 will be coming up, and it is a big race indeed for Patrick Dudek in the red helmet colour, who is in that title race. He is, what, 5 points adrift of Emilь Sayfutdinov. We go to Melilla in a couple of weeks' time. The spectacular racetrack there with big wide open banking.
Just hope the weather behaves itself,
yes.
You know, because you're right, it is a fabulous track. But often we find that we get rain there, so we keep our fingers crossed that stays away and we get a great Grand Prix. We will do if the weather behaves itself. We'll have a look at the championship points. Here we see Sayfutdinov now, of course, neck and neck with Madsen. Madsen coming out for his 5th ride now, looking to try and leapfrog the Russian once again to lead the way. Schmarslik solid with 8 points, but Dudek, you've got to say, is hanging on by his fingertips tonight. If he can finish on 8 points, that will be salvaging the very best from an awkward night. I don't think they've enjoyed it, coming out after the track grading each time. That has presented problems, but last time was really impressive. So can he produce something similar? Wasn't here, of course, yesterday. And of course he was handed that draw. He didn't have a choice, so quite possibly wouldn't have chosen it. So hasn't enjoyed the best, but I can say that Leon Madsen wasn't here either, so he's enjoying a better night than Dudek.
Yes, and these grading breaks are longer than normal, has to be said, but the boys there had their helmets and goggles on for quite some time, just waiting to be pushed off, and here they are now. Leon Madsen on 9 points, 2 wins, a 2nd and a 3rd. So he will go into the semi-finals, whatever the outcome here. But the big focus will be on this fella, Patrick Dudek.
Dead right, and he's already up at tapes. He wants to get on with it. He's had a tough night. Dudek is just outside the top 8 at this moment. He's had a 2nd 2 last and a win last time. So he'll be hoping the inside gate proves to be the winning one this time, Nige.
Yep. Heat number 17 and the final round of 4 heats before we move into the semi-finals. It's on the way. Here we go with heat number 17 then. Patrick Dudek going off the inside. Win or bust for Dudek, it seems here. Niels Christian Iversen just a 1 point to his name tonight, is off gate 2. Leon Madsen, 9 points so far, he's off gate 3. And Max Frick off the outside, Cal with Dudek. Not quite sure that gate 1 is all that right now, when you bear in mind the outside run.
It's going to be tough for him, he's going to make a big decision. Does he just commit to the inside run all the way round and hope that he can get enough speed coming off turn 2? Because they do come at you hard coming down the back straight from the outside. Plenty of track grading going on, of course. We've had an extended break once again. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. It worked out a lot better for him last time, certainly did. He hit the front and stayed there, but Leon Madsen is a major threat. Madsen coming from gate 3, got beaten up last time by Schmarslik and Sayfutdinov, looking to bounce back. 1 point out of the lead for the championship, wants to leapfrog Sayfutdinov going into the semi-finals.
Yes, here we go then with race number 17. Huge race for Dudek off the inside gate here in Wroclaw. It's round 5 of the Speedway Grand Prix, the World Championship Series. Here we go. first turn, Dudek has made a nice start. He can't do much more than that, and he's just going to hope that pinning the inside line does the job. Now Madsen's coming on strong. Leon Madsen going out wide, piling the pressure on. Dudek holding on the inside line right now, and now Madsen will come on strong again. Watch out for Leon Madsen in white. He goes out towards the fence. Has he got the speed? Has he got the drive? We know he's got both. Will he get there? Will Dudek make it hard for him? Madsen hanging on and trying to come through. Dudek hanging on in there as well.
Oh, it's going to get tight. Madsen just about getting up the inside there, but Dudek read it beautifully. What a ride from Patrick Dudek, riding out on the top draw there. Really had to be at his best as Madsen was winding it on, coming from the outside. Everson back in third and Frick out the back. Patrick Dudek showing great character here, bouncing back with two super rides.
This is a stunning ride from Patrick Dudek under serious pressure. Madsen second, coming down to the line. Everson gets a point in third. But that was a huge ride from Patrick Dudek, showing great bottle and character under pressure from Madsen.
Dead right, Nigel. He needed to deliver, and he does. Keeps himself well in the hunt. 2 wins in his last 2 rides. Certainly bounced back to top form there. Superb effort from Madsen, but crikey, it got tight. But Dudek, top draw stuff from him.
Dudek from Madsen, from Everson, from Frick. And Leon Madsen now on 11 points from 5 rides. Couple more points to his World Championship tally. He's a point ahead of Sayfutdinov in the world title race. And Dudek now, that is a huge result for Patrick Dudek in the red helmet colour.
Off the start, and he commits to the inside. I said he had a decision to make. He clearly made it. Trusted that he would just have enough speed. The boys with the freshly prepared track had to go very wide indeed. The middle of the track very greasy after the water that's gone down. But here you see 2 clearly distinct lines. Madsen going for the outside. Dudek then realising he's going to have to block the move, kill the momentum. That was the moment that sealed the deal. You're dead right, Nige. And Dudek read it well. Right the timing was perfect. Everson in third place. Frick desperately trying to get amongst the points, but Dudek there, that was a very clever ride. Difficult conditions, but certainly he proved that he was able to come up with the goods. Back-to-back wins might just be enough. Might be.
Yes, terrific stuff from Patrick Dudek. 8 points and puts him into the top 8 tonight. And it's at level on 8 now with Vacilik and Smarslik, and here is Bartosz Smarslik, and he's off gate 1 as well, like Dudek was in the previous race. He'll need to produce something similar here. Zegar with some last-minute bike work here.
Just changing the ignition there.
Less than 30 seconds to be up at tapes, ready to go.
It's been a desperate night for Zegar. Just got 2 points from 4 rides.
Got that exclusion, of course, which didn't help.
No, it didn't. Hasn't really got going, so just making a bit of a tweak to his setup, coming up to tapes. He's there now.
Yes, here we go with the lineup then. Bartosz Smarslik off the inside gate, 8 points to his name. Scores here, he'll be in the semi-final. Zegar, Drabik and Vacilik on 8 points as well. Here we go, heat number 18, and away from the start. Smarslik's made a good one. Now watch out for Vacilik in yellow as he goes high into the dirt. And coming through in white! Oh my goodness me, Maxim Drabik, they're all bunched up. Smarslik has been moved to one side, he's in the back now. Smarslik in the back and Vacilik, and now Smarslik last to first in one there.
Oh, incredible move from Smarslik. Now Vacilik's back up the inside. Drabik's on the back wheel down the back straight. Smarslik now round the outside, hits the front. Incredible action for the first 2 laps. Martin Vacilik momentarily again. Oh. Smarslik, where did he come from there?
Well, he turned left on him.
He did. And
he turned it right.
It is indeed. Very wise move from Smarslik to turn left. Speedway's all about that. Smarslik into the last lap. It's ridden out of the skin to get there. Vacilik steady in second place, but Smarslik will move on to 11 points now.
Yeah, he's into the semi-finals. Martin Vacilik is joining him as well. And Drabik, who led the race early on, has finished third last. Can you believe it?
Wow,
unbelievable Speedway, yes, here in Wroclaw.
Unbelievable stuff, dead right. Smarslik and Martin Vacilik putting on a fabulous show there. Riders really having to dig deep, think on their feet effectively, because you've got to go inside, outside, desperately trying to stop the run and momentum of the other rider. But Smarslik this time with that stunning move, hits the front, picks up a big win there.
Yeah, level on 11 with Madsen now at the top of the leaderboard. But Sayfutdinov and Kawadze are on 10 and they have a race in hand. So Smarslik and Madsen lead on 11. All about getting in the top 8, remember. It has to be said that it's looking good for Dudek to sneak in after that win in heat number 17.
Yeah, could be. Артем Лагута possibly could leapfrog him if he wins his last outing, but we'll wait and see. Here we see the first corner again. Of course, Smarslik now drifting across the track, finds himself swamped with riders as they get down to the end of the back straight. He comes across here, look at that. Brilliant stuff. Martin Vasilik just able to switch his line to the inside at the vital moment. Drabik hits the front, but he can't stay there. He gets relegated to the back. Martin Vasilik there working hard. So here we see it again, but incredibly, Smarslik goes from last to first in less than half a lap there. That really was stunning stuff. Martin Vasilik then into it. Drabik on the back wheel, it's all action stuff. And Smarslik then really is having to work hard here, because he comes off the outside and then sweeps across the front. There we see it. We're going to that first corner for the third time. So a great effort from the pole. Martin Vasilik riding strongly as well, and disappointment for Drabik, but Smarslik 11 points, he'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, what a night here in Wroclaw. Sensational speedway. Bartosz Smarslik on 11 points. Great stuff from him. Third in the world title hunt right now on 55. Level with Dudek. Right now there are 3 points, in fact 4 points, separating the top 5 in the world. Brilliant. Lindgren inside. Kawadze off 2. What a night he's had again. Janowski off 3. Delighted the crowd in his last outing. Antonio Lindback, we've seen glimpses of the best of Lindback tonight. He's off the outside in yellow. Some atmosphere here, by the way. And here, just confirmation, 58 Madsen, Vasilik in 5th on 54. 4 points between 5 riders in the world title race. This is brilliant stuff. Heat 19, away into that first turn. Lindgren has got there. Now, who's going to make the first move out into the dirt? Kawadze is going to give it a real go. Now here comes Lindback up the inside. Kawadze charges through. Janowski's at the back, but Janowski's looking for the gap. Up the inside here, Madsen Janowski, but Kawadze has that lead. Magnificently here for the pole.
Superb stop again from Kawadze. Janowski's working overtime. They were chanting his name as they build up for the race. He's come through. Freddie Lindgren, another big move from him. Antonio Lindback replacing Goldblum back up the inside. It's all action here. It's all going on, and they're all in it. Unbelievable stuff once again. Kawadze's having a great night. It's tough speedway at the back, that's for sure. But Janusz Kawadze into the last lap. He's comfortable. He's going to win another race tonight. Janowski working overtime in second place.
Well, Kawadze's going to lead the Grand Prix on 13 points with 1 race to go, heat number 20. That's coming next. But Janusz Kawadze and Madsen Janowski lead the way. The Poles are absolutely lapping this up tonight. They're going balmy in the crowd. They absolutely love it. Fans of all ages here in Wroclaw tonight. Loving every minute of this.
What a night for Janusz Kawadze, producing some stunning riding again. Clearly the conditions have suited him down to the ground. And moving on to 13 points, that's a fabulous effort from him. Janowski working so hard for second place.
Yeah, and Lindback third and Freddie Lindgren at the back, but a tough night for Freddie. And here we see now Lindback into 8th place on 7 points. But then we have Артем Лагута on 6 and Jason Doyle on 5 going into heat number 20, just hovering outside the top 8.
Yeah, interesting to see if Лагута wins it, and he will then leapfrog him, but we'll see this again. Spectacular stuff. Janusz Kawadze, I tell you what, he really has got that bike hooked up brilliantly. Initially it's Freddie off the inside, goes sweeping across, but that then leaves that door open and Kawadze pounces. Janowski also hugging the inside, and he then comes through into second place with Antonio Lindback then battling hard with Freddie. The 2 Swedes really working hard for just for a solitary point. Janowski, he's
had a lot of second places. I think he's had 4 second places tonight in the win, so pretty consistent, but he'll be looking for a touch more speed because Kolodze, well, he is looking like a winner tonight, that's for sure. Really is going great guns.
Yes, fantastic Speedway. And Kolodze on 13 points. He started the night outside the top 8 in the World Championship. He's now well and truly in the top 8.
He's not now.
42 points.
Gone into the 7th.
7 ahead of Matsayanovsky. So a big night for Magic, you know, to miss the first round, of course, this year. And here's a fella who's missed 2 rounds, Ty Woffernan. And what about Emil Sayfutdinov going up the outside gate in the yellow helmet colour? He's seen Madsen have a great night and go on to 11, but Emil himself is on 10 and only a point behind Madsen in the title race. It's Ty Woffernan, got 2 world champions on the inside gate and then 2 world champions on the outside from the Speedway of Nations. Ty Woffernan, Jason Doyle, Артем Лагута and Emil Sayfutdinov. A terrific lineup for heat number 20.
Yeah, very good lineup. World champions everywhere. We're spoiled here, aren't we? This is going to be some race, I'm sure. Sayfutdinov looking for a win to top the charts.
Heat number 20, final race of the qualifying heats, if you like. Wofferman's made a nice start there off the inside, but watch out for Emil Sayfutdinov. Now Wofferman goes wide, but has Sayfutdinov got the drive up the inside? Wofferman just went on one wheel there. That has allowed Sayfutdinov through. Smart move, and Wofferman's come back for more. Wofferman getting back into the groove now here. And Emil Sayfutdinov tries the inside switch down the back straight. He's got the speed. What a race between these 2 guys.
Brilliant stuff. 2013 all over again when these 2 boys went head-to-head for the title. Wofferman up the inside. No! Won't quite get there. Sayfutdinov just about hanging on to it. Ty for 3rd and 4th. Wofferman coming on again in second place. We've got just over a lap to go. Sayfutdinov in front. Артем Лагута searching to try and get through into 2nd place.
Great Speedway again here. Wofferman getting drive and speed there. Now he's going to try one last roll of the dice into the dirt. Has Emil done enough? Perhaps he has here now as Wofferman charges hard, but Emil wins comfortably in the end. Great stuff from Sayfutdinov, the Russian rocket. Brilliant stuff from him, and he moves on to 13 points and leads alongside Janis Kolodze going into the semi-finals tonight. That was good Speedway between those 2.
Terrific demonstration of top-class Speedway there between 2 world-class riders. And certainly Emil Sayfutdinov is riding superbly well, looking for another win this evening.
Breathtaking stuff here in Wroclaw. Sayfutdinov, Wofferman, Лагута and Doyle, and Dudek has made the semis.
Well, Ty Wofferman now just applauding the crowd. He's given it his all, of course. He hasn't been on a bike for 2 months. Coming back into this arena really is quite a challenge indeed, and he's done a pretty decent job. He's riding tomorrow in Torrent, and by the end of next week he will have had at least 2 or 3 meetings under his belt, and he'll be getting himself back into race fitness and sharpness. So good to see him back on the bike. Hasn't quite been his night, but we'll see much more from the champion, that's for sure. Let's see Heat 20 again. It's a good initial start from Wofferman on the inside, but there's no doubt that Emil Sayfutdinov is fired up, and it's a terrific display of real class stuff. There you see Wofferman slamming against the dirt, up against the fence, down the back straight, gets a little bit of extra drive, but Sayfutdinov there allowing the bike to run across in front of the champion. Champion squares it off, hits the front again. It's like poetry in motion, this is.
Brilliant,
it's fantastic. Almost like ballet, this is.
Really?
And, yeah, I do believe so, yes. And a strange form of ballet, I would say. It's a stretch, but I'm going there.
Loudest ballet ever.
Yeah, well, you know, a bit of noise don't do any harm. But there we go, Emil Sayfutdinov, the Russian. Well, he is enjoying a wonderful period of form. It's great when you're riding like that, it just seems so easy.
Yeah, and he retakes the lead in the World Championship.
2 points, 60 points he hits now, Knights, that's great. And 58 to Madsen. We see the Smarslik on 55. Dudek 50. Dudek's done well. He looked like he was out of it, didn't he? Those 2 zeros in his 2nd and 3rd ride. Martin Bashlik hanging in there. Lingren's had a hard night. Kolodze, though, that's a really good move from him. And Jason Dog not quite being able to put a really big Grand Prix together at the moment.
Yeah, I think Janowski will probably overtake him with a race in the semi-finals here, but we'll see. And it really is a fascinating World Championship. We just await confirmation from the FIM jury as to the semi-finalists. It does look as though 7 points will be enough for Lindback.
I spoke to you about it earlier, about race wins.
Yeah.
And that proves to be very important for Antonio Lindback.
7 points to get into the semi-finals with 2 race wins for Antonio.
Handy, very handy indeed. Laguta just missing out, hasn't been his night. Laguta's going to have to up his form in the Grand Prix. Not quite producing the performances that we saw from him last year. Great old stadium, this really is a character, plenty of character in the stadium. That clock tower down the back straight, that's seen plenty of races. That could tell you a story or two up there, that's for sure.
Yes.
Quite eerie, I bet, up there.
Yes.
I'm not going up there.
Yes. We'll bring you the confirmation now of the top 8 and the qualifiers for the semi-final here in Wroclaw, and confirmation that Antonio Lindback edges out Artem Laguta on race wins. So, Emil Sayfutdinov and Janis Kolodze, Bartosz Marsnik, Leon Madsen and Maciej Janowski on 11, Martin Vasilik 10, and then Dudek on 8 and Lindback on 7. So the 3 who started the night at the top of the World Championship standings. Dudek is there, Leon Madsen is there, and Emil Sayfutdinov continuing his stunning run of form, Kelf.
Yeah, he is, and I'm pleased to see it.
Quickest in qualifying and top of the leaderboard after 20 heats.
Indeed he is, and the top 3 in the point score were all here yesterday qualifying, so that's proved to be
worth making a point, isn't it?
Advantageous. Gate stats there, gate 3 quite clearly not working tonight. Gate 4 slightly unusual, and I would say that that's probably down to conditions, just coming out on top, but it'll be interesting to see which way they go. Of course, interesting to see if they put water on now. Haven't done so far. We're waiting for the boys just to get themselves organised for the PRIX, of course, for the semi-finals. It's been a good night of Speedway.
It's been brilliant, Kel.
It really has been.
And now, yeah, it's time to find out the lineup for the 2 semi-finals. Let's hand down to Kiri.
Well, the atmosphere continues to buzz down here as our 4 riders line up for semi-final 1. So Emil Sayfutdinov, when you are ready, you have first pick, and he heads straight for red gate. Okay, Leon Madsen just having a look, just having a ponder at those gates, and he's putting his clipboard down and heading over to pick his gate. Gates 2, 3 or 4. Leon, is yours. I think he's going to head to yellow, as he says, and he picks, well, he's just having a moment, just having a ponder there, Leon. It is a tough decision. All the pressure counts on this semi-final. Okay, and then he chooses gate 4. Yellow gate, gate 4 for Leon Madsen. Okay, Martin Vasilik heading straight in. I think he knows what he wants. It is gate 2 for Martin. Patrick Dudek, that is your gate chosen for you. That is gate 3, white gate for Patrick Dudek. Okay, that is your semi-final 1 chosen there for you. Just to remind you, Emil in red gate, Leon yellow, Martin blue, and Patrick Dudek in white. Okay, we're lining up our next 4 riders, and it is Janis Kolodze with first choice. So Janis, when you are ready, I think he knows where he wants to go. It is a red gate for Janis. Okay, Bartosz, when you are ready there, Bartosz Marslik heading over to pick a yellow gate there. And then it is a Magic. Well, he's got 2 choices left. Is it blue or white? So Maciej Janowski, where does he go? Where does he go? Again, it is a long choice for him. I'm not sure he knows either. A little liquid back to see which gate, and there we go, white gate for Maciej. Okay, so Antonio Lindback, the choice has already been made for him. It is a blue gate 2 for Antonio Lindback. Okay, so that is your semi-final 2 chosen. Janis Kolodze with red, it is Bartosz with yellow, Maciej Janowski in white, and and Antonio Limbach in blue. That's semi-final 1 and 2.
Good lineups, and an interesting choice from Janowski. He went for gate 3, which is on the stats has been the worst. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. We haven't had any water this time, so track should be absolutely mint for these semi-finals this time. It's been a great night, and everybody will have enjoyed it, that's for sure. It's been a superb effort for the World Championship, Speedway, Grand Prix. Everybody can be rightly proud of themselves tonight, putting on this event. And royally supported by a healthy crowd, that always makes a difference, you know, when the stadium's packed. It's good news. Really enjoyed it so far.
Yep, let's get some reaction very soon, I think, from Ty Woffenden. We maybe hear from him very soon. But the riders are building up to the first semi-final now.
They are. Martin Vašilik's there waiting. This is a tough first semi-final, I tell you. Sayfutdinov, Vašilik, Dudek and Madsen. Crikey. That is going to be, that's as good as a final, really.
Absolutely.
It's going to be tough to see. Yep. Tough to see two riders drop out.
Certainly is. The crowd have loved every minute of this. It's been a terrific atmosphere. And we can now hear from Ty Woffenden with Kiri.
Well, Ty, just before semi-final 1 starts, you've come back to form pretty strong tonight.
Yes, you know, when you chuck yourself into the deep end, you actually don't appreciate the level that we ride at in this championship when you're mid-season. So me coming in after having a 2-month break, it's like, wow, like, these guys are fast. But I'm normally that guy, so heaps of positives to take away from today. Learn heaps, learn a lot about my own track that I've raced for 8 years. Enjoyed myself, and the points I scored I wouldn't have scored, and you know, I wasn't meant to be riding Thursday morning, and then Thursday afternoon I was, so yeah, I'm stoked.
Fantastic, good to have you here, Ty, thanks.
Cheers.
Yeah, great attitude, and there'll be much more for him to come.
Yeah, good to see Ty Woffenden back on a bike as we build up to the first semi-final here. In the title race, the leader Emil Sayfutdinov on 60 points, 2 ahead of Leon Madsen, and they are both in action in this first semi-final. Wow, what a lineup. Emil Sayfutdinov, the World Championship leader, goes off the inside. Gate number 2 is Martin Vašilik, who's 5th in the world standings right now. Patrick Dudek, 4th in the world standings right now, and Leon Madsen, 2nd place in the World Championship, 2 points behind the man on the inside, Emil Sayfutdinov. What a fascinating lineup it is.
Yeah, it's a tough lineup, not easy to call this. Sayfutdinov doesn't hesitate, he went straight for the inside, Madsen went for the outside. Dudek was left with gate 3, and we saw briefly the stats on the starts. Gate 3 has only had 1 winner so far tonight, so Dudek once again up against him, and he's done really well to get this far. Martin Vašilik riding strongly as well, but certainly Madsen and Sayfutdinov, the top 2 in the World Championship, going head-to-head here in the first semi-final. Hell of a race in front of us here, Nige.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful night of Speedway, and we have the semi-finals and the final to come here in Wroclaw. The halfway stage of the World Championship, round number 5, and who's going to get there? It's a very tight first turn. Can they all stay on the bike? They can, and Vašilik is there. And now here comes Madsen in yellow. Leon Madsen comes through. Vašilik has that lead in blue. Then it's Leon Madsen tries the inside run. Now here comes Dudek round the outside of Sayfutdinov, and Madsen takes the lead. This is unbelievable Speedway as Vašilik comes back for more.
Oh man, Martin Vašilik and Madsen riding superbly well. Martin Vašilik forcing Madsen wide as they leave the door open for Sayfutdinov. Not quite. Hell of a race out in front. Sayfutdinov just hugging the inside line. Will it pay off? Madsen once again pushing hard. Dudek round the outside. Has his chance gone? We're into the last lap.
How close they are.
Not much between the 4 of them. Martin Vašilik and Madsen down the back straight.
Well, the 2 up front are looking good at this stage. We're in the closing stages of semi-final 1. Martin Vašilik from Leon Madsen, and Sayfutdinov takes 3rd. So that's Sayfutdinov the leader, and Dudek out of the final. Wow, Martin Vašilik and Leon Madsen threw the bike at each other there. Great respect between the boys. Look at that, that's great to see.
Superb race, Nige. Once again, Madsen just going through it, enjoying the race.
We got a bit close there, boys.
We did indeed. We had to just breathe in a touch once or twice. Super racing, and here's semi-final number 2. Got a feel for Sayfutdinov. He misses out after scoring 13 points. Scores 14 on the night, but won't make the final, nor will Dudek.
And a lap of honour for Patrick Dudek and Emil Sayfutdinov. I'll tell you what, at the end of the night, all 16 should come out and do a lap of honour, because this has been one heck of a Speedway meeting. Patrick Dudek salutes the crowd on the back straight, and really helped Ty Wofferton with his lap of honour earlier as well. Was superb to see. Vasilik and Madsen, our first 2 finalists for the Betard Wroclaw FIM Speedway Grand Prix of Poland. Wow, what a night of Speedway.
It has been thoroughly enjoyable, that's for sure, and Emil Sayfutdinov has ridden very well, and he'll be disappointed not to make the final. Really just got trapped on the inside there. Martin Vasilik, great effort from him. He wants to see the replay. Emil doesn't get away well. He spins up on the inside, and it's tight and argy-bargy in the first corner between Vasilik and Dudek there.
Now there, you could throw a blanket over all 4 of them.
You could indeed. And you see the commitment and the determination from Vasilik to get to the front, and he does. Madsen once again not getting off the line very well, but the speed he's got, he comes charging through into second place. I thought for a moment he was going to be able to win this race, but incredibly, Martin Vasilik rides really strongly, and he's able to keep the Danish man back in second place.
Took him wide here, Kel.
Yeah, he had to. He had to kill his momentum. I thought at that stage, yeah, it was tough, wasn't it? We've seen 1 or 2 tough moves tonight, that's for sure.
Just respect each other.
Yeah, great racing between the 2 of them. Safe conditions, really racing close. Great move from Martin Vasilik. He's chuffed to bits to be in the final.
Well, well, well. Speedway at its best. A wonderful sport. And we love it when it's like this. We had a great night in the UK and Manchester and Bellevue on Monday for the British final. We followed it up by coming here tonight as well. Wherever you are in the world, get along to your local track and give Speedway a try. It's a fantastic sport, we love it, and we're up to semi-final 2 here. Janusz Kawadze off the inside, then it's Antonio Limbach, gate 2 in blue, Maciej Janowski, gate 3 in white. Can he produce a bit of magic to go with his nickname? And Bartosz Marslik is off the outside gate in yellow, currently 4th in the world standings. And it really is a fascinating lineup here, Kel.
Indeed it is. Janowski once again being chanted by the crowd, desperate to make the final tonight.
Here we go. Away from the start, Kawadze has gone there from gate number 1. Watch out for Smarslik in yellow now. He's made it look easy there. He's gone across the outside. And now here comes Janowski on the inside. Is there any way through? On Kawadze, the Poles really putting it on the line here now. And Kawadze holds second spot. Smarslik has the lead. Kawadze is second. Is there a gap there for Janowski down the back straight?
Yes! Oh, incredible there. Kawadze just losing momentum, leaving the door open. And Maciej Janowski took the opportunity and he's through. Smarslik's away. He's comfortable out in front. He's looking like a finalist. And Janowski, can he hang on to second place?
Well, where does Janowski go? He's going high into the dirt here. Is that the right way? Kawadze just passed it. Now Janowski has reclassed it.
Wow!
Now Kawadze tries the inside. Keep the wows coming, Kel.
Wow! Brilliant stuff. I'll do it again. Wow! Janowski around the outside. The chance to the line. Which way is it going to go?
Oh, yeah, Kawadze has held on.
Wow! Incredible Speedway in semi-final 2. Janowski and Kawadze literally swapping places every corner. Smarslik unaware of the fireworks that were going on behind him. Disappointment for Janowski in the end. And Kawadze, who's had a great night, just hanging on to second place there. What a race that was.
And another lap of honour, this time for Janowski.
Yeah, this will be good. He's a very popular man here. Lives here, of course, born here. He was a spectator here in 2007 when the last Grand Prix was held. And this night, I'll tell you what, the final's got some living up to do, isn't it? We've seen a couple of decent semi-finals there, that's for sure.
Well, anybody who says Speedway is just all about gate, whoever to start wins the race. Not tonight.
No, not tonight at all. Janowski's ridden strongly. Disappointed, of course, not to make the final. But for Smarslik and Kolodze, their night continues.
Smarslik and Kolodze make the final. Martin Vašilik and Leon Madsen join them. And that will be coming up in a few moments' time. Wow.
Wow, yeah, we've had a few of those this evening, and rightly so, because Smarslik was outstanding here, going from the outside gate. He gets the better of the opposition initially here through that first turn, and the bike works great. But the battle between Kolodze and Janowski is genuine world class. They must have passed each other about 3 or 4 times easily. I thought for a while Kolodze had this all under control, but he then just drifts wide a little bit. I think it's now, that's it there. And Janowski's then able to get up the inside. But fair play to Kolodze, he didn't throw the towel in, did he? He came back at Janowski, and it was a hell of a tear up for second place. And the veteran Polish rider, Kolodze, comes through and gets the better of the hometown favourite just by about half a length there. But it was a hell of a dust-up. Smarslik looking like a potential winner. And it's going to be good to see how he goes in the final. But this scrap for second and third really was good. Janowski will be disappointed. He gets so close. And, of course, he would have been desperate to make the final at his home club, but it's not to be tonight. But this is a significant moment for Bartosz Smarslik. He's up to third in the World Championship, and he's on 58 points. Sayfutdinov is not in the final, so he can draw level with Sayfutdinov. And Martin Vašilik also can really close in on the top. It's awfully tight at the top there, that's for sure.
Look at it, 61, 60, 58, 57. Dudek's on 55. He started the night as joint series leader, and he's now 6 off the lead.
Yeah, it's an incredible night. But I tell you what, if 8 or 9 points is the worst you're going to do over the course of the season, you've still got a half a chance. You know, he hasn't had a great night, but he dragged it back with those vital wins in his 4th and 5th outings. Credit to him for that. Smarslik, though, this is a move, a significant move, particularly if he can win. But Leon Madsen is still a very dangerous man, and Martin Vašilik is looking really good as well. Tough to call this final. Gate position will play its part, but the overtaking we've seen tonight has been outstanding. And I've got to say the track has held up brilliantly, and the fans have loved it, and so have we. You know, if it's like this every week, it really is a pleasure to be shouting and screaming about it. It really is.
Yes, the crowd in a real carnival-type atmosphere tonight. We are just awaiting news of when the riders can go and pick. In fact, we can do that now. Let's find out which gate positions for the final. Here's Kiri.
Well, the crowd's just quietening down after Magic departing for just 1 sec. Our 4 boys lined up and ready. Bartosz Smarslik, when you are ready, he knows what he wants. It is a yellow gate that Bartosz heads over to. He is in a rush indeed. Martin Vašilik chooses gate 1, red gate. Okay, Yanis Kolodze, when you are ready, 2 more gates left, and it is, he knows what he wants. He wants the blue gate, which, Leon, means your gate is chosen already. It is the white gate for Leon Madsen. So Martin Vašilik picks red gate, Leon Madsen picks white gate, Bartosz Smarslik yellow, and Yanis Kolodze has picked that blue gate there. That is your final.
Well, an exciting final to look forward to. 1 or 2 big hitters just missing out in Sayfutdinov, and certainly Maciej Janowski will be disappointed not to have made it, and Patrick Dudek, but fair play to Vašilik. Kolodze possibly a surprise tonight, but has ridden superbly well to make his way to the final. Smarslik on the outside there, shows it without any hesitation. He wanted gate 4 and he got it, and he won the semi-final nicely from there. Can he reproduce that in the final? Wouldn't put it past him. He's looking for a win, and he's dug in. Leon Madsen in gate 3, another dangerous rider, of course. Terrific lineup.
We can hear from Maciej Janowski now, who's with Kiri.
Magic, still not bad collecting some of those points. The fans absolutely love you here either way.
Yeah, I'm very appreciated. You know, I would love to be in the final, but I was not enough quick and maybe not enough smart in the last hit. But that was an amazing night, for sure.
Yeah, for sure, indeed. Well, like I said, a good collection of points, still keeping you in the mix there.
Yeah, that was the most important, collect more points. I can be happy with the points, but if I think about much better position, I will need to collect much more. So I wait for next round.
Okay, thanks, Magic.
Thank you.
But he hasn't done too badly because Janowski's moved into 8th place in the championship now, so that's a good move from him. Kolodze has gone forward, Doyle has dropped down, and there's no doubt that it's awfully tight both at the top and in that middle pack as well. But Janowski has moved forward, and he's more than capable of, with the upcoming Grand Prix, he knows how to win anywhere, so certainly he will use this possibly as a bit of a sort of a base to move on from. But the final beckons, Nigel, and it's quite a line-up. Kolodze, I would say, is a bit of a surprise package. I wouldn't have predicted him to make the final tonight, but he's ridden very well.
And he wins. It's 2 Grand Prix wins in 5 rounds of the World Championship.
And he's in 7th in the World Championship. He is on 44 points. He could actually catch Freddie Lingland with a win here.
Yep.
So he's done very well tonight. Here we go. Boys are on their way out.
Push off time, yeah.
Final episode of this evening's entertainment.
What a story it's been.
Yes, it has. It's been brilliant. Yeah. And the man there in the camouflage outfit will be coming out. Could well be his 2nd win of the season. He's won the Polish Championship, won in Prague, and he won in fine style that night. And, can he win in Wroclaw here? A beautiful evening. Boys up the tapes. Terrific final ahead.
Yes, it's a terrific lineup. Who will be the World Championship leader going into Manila in a couple of weeks' time? We know that Emilь Sayfutdinov cannot just do anything here in the final. All he can do is stand and watch. And the culmination of a terrific night of Speedway is on the way. It's the grand final here in Wroclaw, and it's Martin Vasilik, the Slovakian, off the inside gate. Janusz Kolodze, can he make it 2 Grand Prix wins in 5 rounds? He's off 2. Leon Madsen, a point behind Emilь Sayfutdinov in the title race. He's off gate number 3. And Bartosz Marslik, 3 points behind Emilь Sayfutdinov in the title race. He's off the outside gate.
Well, the 3 boys on the outside gates are all looking for their 2nd win this year.
Yes.
In the Grand Prix series, so quite possible on the odds that one of them will do it. Of course, Martin Vasilik may have something to say about that, who rode so well in the semi-final to make sure that Madsen was kept behind him. He's ridden very smart, hasn't he, tonight, the Martin Vasilik. He's covered all the moves from the opposition coming at him from behind, and he's riding well this year. Hell of a night at Speedway, we've thoroughly enjoyed it. We've got 65 odd seconds to come. Action-packed, let's hope.
Yes, it's a massive lineup here in the grand final, the halfway stage of the World Championship. Madsen has made the start, and the lights have not come on. The race continues. Madsen made a real quick start there. Vasilik has to lead right now. Watch out for Smarslik in yellow!
Oh, what a move from Smarslik, like a torpedo going into turn 3 on the opening lap. Just at the inside of Martin Vasilik, took him by surprise. Madsen's out the back. Thought he might have had a roller, but he's penalised himself in the end. But what a move from Smarslik. He's hit the front like he did in the semi-final, coming from the outside. Kolodze back in 3rd place. Can Madsen do anything about it? Can he get himself on the rostrum?
Smarslik with a win here will be level with Sayfutdinov in the World Championship, but Madsen's come through into 3rd. And now Kolodze is going to try and return the compliment. 1 lap to go here. Smarslik has the lead. Vasilik is 2nd. Then it's Leon Madsen in 3rd. A point for Madsen will put him level with Sayfutdinov. But once again, we're going to go into the next round of the World Championship with 3 riders level on points to the top. It's Bartosz Smarslik who takes the victory.
Wow.
Martin Vasilik 2nd. Then it's Leon Madsen Madsen third, and that means that Smarslik is on 61 points. Also, Emil Sayfutdinov and Leon Madsen all on 61 points. A three-way tie at the top of the World Championship at the halfway stage. And it's many congratulations to that fella. Brilliant, brilliant, Bartosz Smarslik.
What a night for Bartosz Smarslik. It was a three-way tie coming into tonight on 47 points. It's still a three-way point, not all the same protagonists, but 61 points leads the championship. Smarslik's move down the back straight was sensational. He just torpedoed the opposition and fired himself to the front. Madsen couldn't quite get there. Kolodze just misses out on the rostrum. A little disappointment for him, but joy for Smarslik. What a night for him.
Smarslik the winner, Vacilik second, Madsen third. Kolodze at the back on that occasion. Three riders level in the World Championship, but Smarslik is the winner here tonight after a stunning night of Speedway in Wroclaw.
Do you know what, Nigel? I just saw the heat time, 64.5 seconds. That's possibly the fastest time of the night in the last race.
23 races.
That was unbelievable stuff. And the move down the back straight from this man, well, that on its own deserved to win. He was struggling a little bit early on, not quite there, and you sensed he was looking for a bit more. But the rides in the semi-final and the final really were top stuff. We saw that start from Madsen. I think he was a little bit fortunate to get away with there, but actually he then gets himself in the wrong place in the first corner, doesn't really utilise it, and you just see him get carved up. Finds himself there with Smarslik coming around the outside, Vacilik on the inside with Kolodze, forces him wide, but this is the move. It is stunning. He just squares it off, long straight, and woof, here he comes. Martin Vacilik knew what was going to happen, moved out of the way, had to, and from that moment on there was only going to be one winner. Good scrap with Leon Madsen coming through into third place. Madsen, who got just out-battled in the first corner on the opening lap. Madsen pushing hard with Martin Vacilik, who has ridden superbly well, and he hangs on for second place. So very tight, 61 points leads the championship, Nigel, but there are 3 of them on it.
Yes, and we have 5 rounds to go. We move on to Sweden and Millella in a couple of weeks' time, but it really is a fascinating title race.
Yeah.
And Bartosz Smarslik can hardly believe it. He's absolutely thrilled to bits.
Second win of the year, of course.
Second win of the year, yeah.
Yeah, he won in Slovenia and rode well that night, but here this evening has really turned it around.
Gorzhov fans here tonight, and he is a Gorzhov rider, of course. And that is brilliant, absolutely brilliant from Bartosz Smarslik this evening. Crowd absolutely loving every minute of this.
Nobody's left, and they're all going to watch the presentation. It's going to be quite stunning scenes here.
And the fireworks, but we've had plenty of fireworks on the track.
Oh, crikey, yeah, they've had fireworks all night, and there's more to come, of course. But there's no doubt that this has been a superb night of Speedway.
Let's hear from our winner, Bartosz Smarslik, with Kiri.
Bartosz, congratulations. What a fight to the finish. The fans love you. Answer their cheers.
Dobry wieczór wszystkim. To dla was zrobiłem i taki wieczór mi się właśnie dzisiaj marzył. Dziękuję wam bardzo.
Okay, and Bartosz, for all of our viewers, in English now, what a night.
This night is unbelievable for me, and but I stand up today on the bed, and I think so today is not bad day. I'm feeling now I'm very happy.
Congratulations, Bartosz.
Thank you very much. Dziękuję wam bardzo wszystkim.
Brilliant night for him.
Yes.
Quite clearly felt that he got out the right side of the bed this morning, that's for sure. And the eggs and bacon clearly have worked a treat. And the Italian at lunchtime has just given him the power and energy to go through and win tonight. 61 World Championship points. What a night.
2 points separate the top 4. 6 points separate the top 5.
Crikey.
Who's going to win the world title, Kel?
Well, I fancied Smarslik at the beginning of the year.
Yes.
I'm going to stick with him. But there's no doubt that Sayfutdinov will have something to say. And Leon Madsen's very much in the mix as well. But hell of a night of Speedway. That's what it's all about. Can't beat that level of entertainment. And the crowd have loved it. And with a Polish winner, it gives it that added spice and extra special feeling for these people who just love the sport. Great reaction. He's not a home rider. He's not from this neck of the woods, of course. He's up further up country in Gorzów. But nonetheless, he's a Pole, and it actually replaces his Grand Prix, doesn't it? But he comes here and wins in fine style.
Yeah, congratulations, Bartosz Marslik of Poland.
Of course, we had it at the beginning of the night.
Yeah, twice we've heard that tonight.
We have indeed. We're getting used to that. We might have to get used to it a lot more if this man keeps that sort of form up. Madsen, he forced his way onto the rostrum, didn't he, with that move against Kolodziej. Sponsors giving Bartosz just an added gift there. But we've got the official trophies to come now. Third place on the night, Nigel. Leon Madsen.
Yeah, tremendous
consistency, mate.
Absolutely.
Again, his championship winning form. Madsen's not going away.
No, another solid score of 14 points tonight for Leon. And it's a great effort from him.
Much so.
Martin Vasilek has ridden quite beautifully, and it's great to see him in such great form. He's a smashing guy, Martin Vasilek. Runner-up tonight here in Wroclaw.
Only 2 points out of the lead.
Absolutely, mate.
59 points.
5 rounds to go.
Yeah, he's in there fighting. He's very much in the mix. And Smarslik, 2 Grand Prix wins. Joint leader of the championship. Martin there, chuffed a bit. Rode last night, of course, Martin. Had the dash across country to be here today.
Smarslik delighted, his name is announced, and here comes the prize, the trophy. The president of Wroclaw making that presentation. Great city here. Really is a great weekend. Delighted to be here, but not as delighted as Bartosz Smarslik and his fans.
No.
Who've just witnessed something special. But I think it's fair to say well done to all 16 riders who put on a terrific show tonight.
Yeah, it's been an outstanding Grand Prix, quite possibly the best. Chanting his name, the atmosphere still absolutely fabulous. And the Polish fans making their chant heard, echoing around this glorious stadium. It's champagne time. You don't want that sting in your eyes if you can help it. That really is quite uncomfortable. That is a downside of being on the rostrum. You get filled in with champagne.
Yes.
Fabulous scenes though, these are fantastic.
Now the celebrations begin. Congratulations, Bartosz Smarslik, winner of the Betard Wroclaw MIM Speedway Grand Prix of Poland. Great pictures here. Wow.
Are they all right in there, do you think?
Can't see them.
Can't see them. I hope they're okay. I'm sure if they've coped with all 7 heats tonight that they've been in, I'm sure they can cope with that. But quite extraordinary, really. But there we are. Fantastic.
Here comes a selfie time for social media.
Well, the champagne's still going on. I think
Leon ruins the iPhone by spraying champagne all over it.
Drowning it in champagne. What a way to go for that iPhone. That is a happy iPhone. But no, it's been a good night, and I think a great advert. Certainly one or two riders missing out. I think Sayfutdinov will be a touch disappointed not to have made the final. So will Janowski, but Sayfutdinov's still right there. And he reflects on the 14 points, still a solid night's work. But for these three men, of course, they get the glory, they get the plaudits. They made it right the way through to the final. And that move down the back straight from Smarslik really sealed the deal. That stunning move up the inside to hit the front. And now the selfie time. Overjoyed. Yeah. Some of them are riding tomorrow. Some of them rode last night. Busy time of year, of course. All the leagues in full swing. Championship also. 3 Grand Prix in August, so plenty of Championship Speedway coming up.
Very much so. So, it's been quite a night here. The riders have worked hard, and these boys on the rostrum, they've had to do it the hard way, Kel.
They have, you know, they've had to dig deep at times, and it's been tough, really tough to get the bike set up perfectly, and they really have had to put it on the line. And there's no doubt that the riders tonight have entertained us royally, and these three in particular, of course. It's been a super night, and Wroclaw has burst back on the Grand Prix scene in some style. Terrific effort from them.
Enjoyed your company as always, Kel. Been terrific Speedway here tonight. We move on to Manila in a fortnight's time for round 6 of the FIM Speedway Grand Prix Series. We'll take a look back at the highlights of the night, but for now, from Kelvin Tatum and myself, thanks for joining us. We'll speak to you in Manila in a fortnight. The FIM Speedway Grand Prix Series returned to Wroclaw for the first time in 12 years. Humid and hot were the conditions ahead of the action, and 3 riders started the meeting tied at the top of the leaderboard in the World Championship race. This was round 5 and consequently the halfway stage of the 2019 Speedway Grand Prix Series. Several home riders in the field, including Maxim Drabik, the wild card. He started well. Leon Madsen, one of the leaders in the title race, in form right from the start, and Bartosz Smarslik at his spectacular best, riding beautifully. Ty Wuffinen returned to the series as well. Matti Zegard just got a bit of drive and collected Antonio Lindback, but thankfully the Swede was okay, and in the restart, remarkably, won the race in spectacular style. Max Frick and Matt Janowski in action there, 2 Wroclaw riders. Leon Madsen again, his relentless hunt for silverware continued with a fantastic performance, and the racing was just spectacular. You could not even blink because you never knew what you were going to miss. Smarslik in the thick of the action, Kawadze riding beautifully, and Emil Sayfutdinov, one of 3 riders tied at the top of the table, made it through to the semi-finals with another accomplished display. Dudek needed to win his last race to make it through to the semi-finals. He did just that, and Ty Wuffinen, working hard on his return after 2 months out, finished on 6 points and just missed out on the semi-finals. The spectacular action continued as the riders went wheel to wheel. Kawadze made it through to the semi-finals, and then when it got round to the moment of reckoning, Sayfutdinov missed out on a place in the final after a semi-final defeat. But the riders lined up for the final, and who was going to emerge as the winner in Wroclaw on a memorable night of Speedway? The home favourite Janowski missed out on a place in the final. Bartosz Smarslik, after a spectacular 4 laps, is the winner of round 5, and he is one of 3 riders leading the championship.